hold that. I'm gonna put it in some. Oh, you need it. Oh, you need it.
Alright man, shalom man, all praises be unto Yahweh. Double honors unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well, and he taught us his truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. And again, it's another week to, prophesy the downfall of this place, get into the prophecies, exhort one another, man. And pretty much, man, just do the work, man, because we want to get the fuck out of this place, man. Do the work, man. Let's get that instant in season or season, wherever the spirit goes, man. Anyone can get it.
This is 2 Timothy 4 and verse 2. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Yeah. See, so we gotta be instant in season and out of season. We're coming into a time now. People are getting nervous because, it's October and it's still so warm. What's going on? Well, it's gonna get cold soon, man. And this is gonna be a cold winter. It's gonna be a very cold winter, man. And cold because obviously it gets colder outside, like temperature-wise, but cold in terms of things are going down now. We're in the hour of shadows, the beginning of sorrows. Allah, you can pull that in Matthew 24, verse 8, the beginning of sorrows, man. So shit's getting cold out here now, man. It's getting real spooky, it's getting real murky, it's getting real dark, man. Okay? But regardless, we gotta keep going, man. Read that again up.
This is 2 Timothy 4 and verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering.
Yeah, so the scriptures is set up to reprove and to rebuke and to exhort, man. Because the scriptures is basically a guide as to how to become better individuals, acceptable unto Yahweh Shai. So we're gonna get reproved, we're gonna get rebuked, we're gonna be exhorted. It says with all long suffering and doctrine. So the doctrine is important, man. You got people that bug out in that. We was just talking about that. Well, why? What if it's a little bit different? What if it's a little bit different? You go be a little different over there. Because over here, we're going to stick with the 100% truth. Because that's what's going to be unto the perfecting of our souls, unto salvation. You have to get it right, man. But the point is, whilst getting it right, we have to be out here, man. You got people that got the talent and then they hide it, man. They don't want to do the shows, or they get lackadaisical with the shows, man. Or you don't want to come to the camp, man. Every fucking other week is an excuse. I can't come to the camp because this happened. But guess what? If it was a contracted job, you'd be there.
That's right.
Because you know that if you don't turn up to work, you ain't gonna get paid, man. Well, the Lord is with a reward. Do you want to get paid, man? Do the work, bro. Come to the camp. Now, if for whatever reason you don't make it, you may get like, I got stuck halfway up the country, certain things happening, the logistics not gonna get back in time. But fair enough. Do a show then. If you can't go out where you are, do a show, man. Do something. Preach the word. That's what we're here for, man. Yahweh Shai said that. He said, for this reason was I born, to testify of the truth. Yahweh Shai never came on the earth to be just a carpenter. Now, was he a good carpenter? You're damn right he was a good carpenter, because he learned under his father Joseph. Okay, Yahweh Shai would have been making them, them clean, finished jobs, man. When a builder does their job and it's like, yo, you're sick, man. You can have a builder that puts up a building, right? And it's like, yeah, it works. It's a door, it opens, it closes, but it ain't great. But then you've got builders that they're top quality, man. Like this is a smooth, clean finish. Yahushua would have been an excellent carpenter, you know. But he wasn't put on the earth just to be a carpenter. Okay, he was put on the earth to be the savior, man. You know, and it's the same thing. Like, you know, I was speaking about this in a show yesterday, man, or the day before, whenever it was. Like, we're Jake. We're the salt of the earth. We're the former of all things, as the scriptures say. So naturally, we're good at a host of things.
Right.
But just because we're good at certain things, doesn't mean that's our purpose, man. Our purpose is to be in this. For this reason was I born, to testify of the truth. The only reason we're born right now, in this final go around, is to be doing this, man. So why not give it our best shot? Instant, in season, out of season, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, go on, man.
Yeah, Sirach 39, 1 says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecy. Yeah, I'll just say, as lambacking of what your brother just said, because Yahushua was very good. It would have been a top carpenter, but that wasn't his priority. That wasn't his he wasn't put on the earth to do that. Like some of us have got talents, man. Well, most of Yahshua Allah, you know, the princes of the power have a lot of talents, but even what Yeshua said on one of his videos, when the spirit leaves you, getting to what some of the controversy was taking place in Israel right now. He's got a lot of talents himself, and all of us, man. But because now this word, we're occupied in prophecy, maybe you want to do sometimes, get to them, but you can't even get to them for the most part, even if you want to. I know certain things I would like to get to, like I used to be able to, but I can't because I'm too occupied in prophecy now. It's occupied my mind. It's like it's like an obsession. And the brothers, you know, that's in the spirit of the Lord now. Brothers are talking about we're obsessed with prophecy, man. And prophecies are hitting us like left, right, and center, like if you was in one of them pinball machines, man. You know,
yeah, if you're not obsessed with prophecy, then what's going on, man? You know, you got to be obsessed, man. Somebody looked that up. They who have addicted themselves unto the ministry of the saints. You know, a halawa, you'll get. What was it?
Matthew. I got Matthew 24 right now.
Yeah, go on.
So I read from many shall come in my name.
Yeah, go on.
So this is Matthew 24 verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Hamashiach.
Read loud, brother. Read loud.
Matthew 24 verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Hamashiach, Yahushua, I shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
See what we got going on now, man. You got the Palestinian thing. You know, we'll probably get into that a little bit later. You know, the Hamas group, Israel. You know, their man claiming that they're so pious and righteous, but then it doesn't apply to them when they do it. Because anyone else does it, you want to be pointing fingers. You know, that this whole thing, as we just said, is to really further expose the hypocrisy of the devil, man. This ain't the be all and end all. You know, this is some way, shape, or form. It will continue on in the background, but to a level, it's going to subside and die down because the prophecies have to be fulfilled in its particular order.
Right.
But still, the fact that it's like a teaser of, maybe, well, that's fulfilling this scripture.
Right.
Wars and rumors of wars, man. See that ye be not troubled, man. So, like, you know, Elder did a show yesterday, you know, I quickly called in. Look, man, we're chilling, bruv. Ain't fucking getting, baby, oh. No, man.
Say that again.
You know the show that they did, Elder Bundy yesterday? They did a show yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just, called in and brought up a precept, because it's like, you got people that they'll go mad, man. Any little thing, bro, ain't no chariots coming yet, man. You got to deal with the chip first, bro.
That's right.
A little thing, well, Netanyahu and their man said, Turkey said you will die. You look at no chariots yet, bro. Chill out, man. Read the prophecies, man. It's gonna happen in its correct order, bro. Now when I say don't look up for chat, obviously we're gonna see chat, but I'm talking about the return of the Lord.
Yeah.
Any little thing and Yahushua, your head's in the sky and your hands there getting the fucking thing put in you, man. Follow the prophecies, man. Things have to happen in their ordained order. You can hold that once someone get Ezekiel 34:16. Finish on that again, bro. Read it again from where you started.
Matthew 24 verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach Yahushua, and shall
Yeah.
and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, so it's not yet, man. You know, it's not yet. You know, we want it to be, we hasten the day, but you see these things happening, it ain't the end yet, man. You just gotta, you know, just chill out. You know, just chill out, bro. It's not the end. You know, still got more to go. That's like that early celebration shit. You know, they run the marathon and they've got like 100 meters left or 50 meters, and they start celebrating, you know, too early, and then someone else comes and takes their first place spot, man. They're celebrating early. No, man, the end is not yet, bro. There's more to do, there's more to enjoy, there's more to happen. And as Elder Apostle Tahar says, when they make that chip mandatory, things will begin to speed up, man. But the end is not yet. Okay? Is there more on that? Or is that the point?
Yeah, verse 7 is just nation against nation.
Alright, yeah, so we get that.
You cool for this one, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Ezekiel 34:16 says, and I will seek that which was lost and...
No, Isaiah 34.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Isaiah 34:16.
Yeah. Isaiah 34:16 says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Yeah, so seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. The book of the Lord is what? The Bible, man. So you seek out of the book of the Lord, what does it really mean? To inquire of his holy prophets, man. You know, I tried doing that when I was 13, man. I begged my mum. We had Bibles in the house, but I don't know why I just didn't want them. I want my own one. I begged her, please, please, please. You know, we was in a particular spot, you know, W.H. Smith. I said, I want this Bible. And it's weird because, like, she's like proper Christian, so it's like, I don't know why she was reluctant. She's like, we got Bibles at home. I said, no, I want my own one, you know. And then she finally bought me the Bible, my longest serving Bible until, you know, it's out of use now, you know. But I remember going back home and sitting at the dinner table, and I just went straight to Revelation. And I don't know what it was. Something just came over me and was like, yo, you gonna understand this Bible, man. And I think I sticked at it for about 3 days. Yeah, and I was like, man, I just can't get it, you know. You know when you're trying to make things work, oh, the dragon and this, it must be that. It's not working out, man. Right. So to seek out of the book of the Lord ain't you personally doing it and then just, yeah, I'm gonna get that. No, you have to be taught by the holy prophets. So to seek out of the book of the Lord is to inquire of the men of the Lord. Because yeah, you can have the physical book, but without the understanding, it's just a book. It's just a printed, man. You got Christians with the book. You got Muslims in the fucking mosque with the Bible, man. You see, brother, the Bible, it shows the way to the Quran. So if the book alone was all it was, then anyone could have it, right? No, it's the spirit that comes with the book. And that understanding and that teaching is only going to come by hearing the word of the Lord. Let's get that faith comes through hearing, and hearing by hearing the word of the Father. You can type that in, you know, you'll find it somewhere. Read that again, huh?
Yeah.
Bubble Kashar.
Isaiah 34:16.
If you want to say anything as well.
Yeah. Again says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Yes, no one of these shall fail. So you're not going to have, well, let's just say there's 10 prophecies, yeah? Well, prophecy number 6 failed, and number 7, it's all right, because 8 will work. No. It's going to happen straight from 1 through to 10, man. No one of these shall fail. You know, it's not a Russian roulette with the Bible, man. You know, well, maybe, okay, that didn't work. Okay, oh, that didn't work. That one, no. Every single one is going to work, man. No one of these shall fail. So we can't be looking for Yahushua in the clouds when the chip ain't been made mandatory. So like, that would have meant the prophecy on the mark of the beast failed then. Well, that's impossible, because the Lord don't lie. The Lord can't lie. The scripture says the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So if it's written in the book, it has to happen according to the order, man, of how it's been written. And again, we're only going to understand these things by being taught of the men of the Lord. But first and foremost, the Spirit being with us to receive it. Because you can get taught. How many people have come up to the camp and they learn things?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't learn things. They hear things, but they can't get it.
Yeah.
So it's not. It goes deeper than just the men of the Lord. Yeah, you need the men of the Lord to tell you it, but what you also need, and what we also need, is the Spirit of the Lord to open the door in our heart, the mind, to receive what's being said of our teachers.
Yeah.
I called for something. Did somebody get it? Faith comes by hearing, and he just typed that in, and hearing the word of the Lord.
That here. It says in Romans chapter 10, I'll start at verse 16. It says, but they have not all obeyed the gospel, for Isaiah saith, Lord, who hath believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High.
Yeah. So you can't get this, and I can't get this. You know, how do you know that? I just know that. You know, you got them proud niggas, man. They'll come to the camp here, and they'll be like 20% of the way. I mean, that's too liberal. They'll be like 5% of the way. No, I agree with you, yeah, but this and that, and this and that. And they start going off, and it's like, okay, you've clearly been watching some sort of Israelite group. Who have you been watching? I don't watch no one. You know, God told me, or I read it for myself. No. You wouldn't know any of this unless you've heard it somewhere, man. Nobody just wakes up one day and says, I'm a Benjamite, or I'm an Issacharite, I'm an Ephraimite, I'm a Zebulunite. You don't just wake up and say, I'm from the house of Judah. No, you don't do that. You went to, here it is, yeah. Here it is. Sunday, you're in church, all right? And then Monday comes, and you wake up, oh, the name of the Lord is Yahweh. It's no longer Jesus or Jehovah. No, you don't. That doesn't happen, man. The faith that we have, it comes by hearing. And hearing the word of Yahweh Yahushai, man. So you have to be taught. You have to hear it from somewhere, man. You don't just wake up and, oh, yeah, I'm an Israelite. No. Okay? All praises be to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, expose us to this truth. But had he not, we'd still be in whatever madness he was into. If he was into Judge, you would still be a fucking witch warlock. If he was into Christianity, you'd probably still be in the church. If he was a Muslim, you might be an imam by now. Who knows? Whatever we were into, you know, if he was on the streets, you'd just be a nigger. Banging on the street or dead. Like, whatever you was doing, whatever I was doing, we'd have been doing that. But nobody just wakes up and says off the back, oh, I'm an Israelite, hey, look at me. No. Read that again, Babu Kishar, man.
Yep. It says in Romans 10 and verse 17.
Them niggas, yeah, I just got it like that. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, nobody just got, you ain't got shit, man. We have to be taught. Them niggas, they just come on the scene. Yeah, I'm just that guy. I just know it. Yeah, it's just me. I just got the source. Like, no, you don't, man. No, you fucking don't. Okay? Without the Lord, we're all pieces of shit and would have been lost, man. So you ain't got shit. Okay? Except it be from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we ain't got shit, man. So what we do have, well, here's the methodology of how we attained it and how we pray to keep it. Read.
Romans 10 and 17. So then faith cometh by hearing,
Yeah.
and hearing by the word of the Most High.
Yeah. So you hear it from the teachers. This is why we started out with preach the word, instant in season and out of season. Because let's just say, yeah, it's not the case, but for example's sake, let's just say that our teachers weren't diligent. Then would we know this? No. Now the scriptures do say that if you don't teach, the Lord will raise up the stones to speak. But the point is, we know this because of the diligent hard work of our teachers. That's how we know this, man. Okay, we don't know this again just because we woke up with it. No, their hard work is what, in the physical realm, is to why we're where we are at with our level of knowledge and understanding. Now, I'm not standing here and saying that because, oh, well, I'm deep. I ain't deep, man.
No.
I'm still a new brother myself. I'm a baby in this thing. But the little I do know, that is responsible because of Yahweh Shai and his men upon the earth, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. I know everything I know because of them. So the faith comes by hearing. So to hear, there has to be sound. To hear, there has to be action. So the action is accounted unto who? The hard work of our teachers. This is why we give double honors to them, man. Okay? To them who rule well, you know, obey them that have the rule over thee, for they watch for your souls. Them preaching unto us is the initial stage of them watching for our souls, man. Because if the souls wasn't watched for, you'd be into some madness in the world. You wouldn't have this, man. I wouldn't have this. Okay? Go on.
This is another precept to back up the point. This is Acts chapter 8 and verse 30. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, Understandest thou what thou readest?
Yeah, so this was the Ethiopian eunuch, which was the chief advisor to Candace, the queen of Ethiopia. Man, I always say Candace. It's not Candice, it's Candice or Candace, or whatever you say it. I just say Candice, but it's really Candace. Candace was an Ethiopian queen, and that guy was an Israelite, but he was living in Ethiopia, and he came to observe the high holy days, and he was in Jerusalem, and he was going back up to where he lived, right? And he had a scroll with him, and the scroll was the book of Isaiah. All right. Specifically, he was reading from what we now know as Isaiah 53. Okay, but back then it wasn't chaptered and versed; it was just a long writing. Okay. The Lord had that happen, so it's for easy reference for us to be on the highways and byways. But before then, the scriptures wasn't chaptered and versed. You had the name of the book. Then after that, you had just the writing, man. You know, that's it. So he was reading from that part, and the Spirit told Apostle Philip to go and say, "Understandest what thou readest, man." You know. Now let's keep going.
Verse 31. And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
Yeah, so that shows you can have the book in your hand, but just because you have the book in your hand doesn't mean you understand it. You know, shit, most of us was Christians. We had the book in our hands in the church. You know, you go to church every Saturday or every Sunday. You know, you go to the Pentecostal, you have your favorite seat. You know, some brothers in the Kingdom Hall, you know, brothers in the church, the Baptist church, the Seventh-day Adventist church, the Pentecostal church, even had brothers in the fucking Catholic church, you know, whatever, man. You had your copy of the scriptures, but we didn't understand it. So Philip said to him, Understandest thou what thou readest? Now that guy never had pride on him. Yeah, I know. Don't worry about me, I got it. No, he said, how can I, man? He was humble about it. I'm reading it, but I don't quite understand exactly what it's speaking about. So I need I need a man to guide me to understand. And if the Spirit is working with me, whatever that man tells me, I can receive it. But for me to understand it, I need a man to show me. It's as simple as that, man. Read from Understandest what thou readest.
Yep. So the last bit of verse 30, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me?
Yeah.
And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
Yeah, because where he was reading from, again, is what we now know as Isaiah 53. All right, speaking about the prophecy of Yahweh Shai coming and being the suffering servant, man. All right. But he just read it as he is brought to the slaughter as a lamb before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. He. Well, who's the he? He didn't know who the he was. Essentially, the Ethiopian eunuch had not yet received Yahweh Shai. So for him to receive Yahweh Shai, he had to be preached Yahweh Shai via the means of Apostle Philip. If Yahweh Shai had not been preached to him, he wouldn't know who the hell the he is speaking of. As a sheep before his shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. he shall grow up out as a root out of a dry ground. Who's the he? All these analogies, all these different things you're saying about this individual, I don't know who he is. This is the importance of preaching Yahweh Shai, man. He that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water, man. If Yahweh Shai ain't preached properly, it's just a book that you don't understand, man. He, the Father, the miracles, the death, the resurrection. Who is this guy, man? You ain't gonna understand it properly unless you're taught.
Yeah.
Let's get that precept. And we got one. Where's that one where it says, teach others who will be able to teach? Yeah.
Save yourself and those.
It's not coming to me right now, but you know what I want, man. You go.
Yeah, I'll bring this one out.
Yeah, you talking it.
So wisdom of Solomon 4 says, for unto a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Let me read 3. For froward thoughts separate from God, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. For unto a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So the Ethiopian eunuch, man, he was humble, you know.
Yeah.
He was searching, he was seeking for answers, not seeking to show what he knows. You know, people that come up, and even if they're told something and they didn't know it, they say, yeah, I already kind of knew that. I knew, and yeah, I knew that, because they know too much. They're clever.
That Hamite spirit, I know about
the Christian church, man, because even in the Christian church, you got the preacher up there, you got the woman sitting there over there, you got Sister Barbara, you know.
Sister Barbara.
Yes, man. Yeah. And she's everything the preacher's saying. She's repeating it.
Yeah.
Like say, I'm so. I know. It's just as much as you.
Yeah.
Sister
Yvette. You know? Benjamin. Sister Yvette. They're trying to say Yvette. Sister Yvette.
And you know, let me just say this too.
Pastor preach a good sermon today.
I see 2 people get stricken without getting into it too much. 2 people get stricken with multi-neuron disease, and one of them was my so-called brother's wife. Another one was another clever, I miss-know it all, you know, the one who has all the answers. The most I don't like them people.
Man, fuck the Christian church. You ain't giving me flashbacks of church, man. Fuck church. Church is stupid, man.
We ain't got all the answers.
You're right. You got a pastor up there talking shit. Yeah, in the book. He ain't even reading it, but he's flicking pages. He just, and the Lord said. And you got the woman down there. Yes, Pastor, the Lord said, preach it, Pastor, preach it. Like, she sounds like she's getting clotted, yeah? Like, but she's just sitting there. Preach it, Pastor, preach it.
She's guilty for it.
Yeah, guilty for it, yeah.
Reflecting, all that shit, that reflecting spirit, like to say, yeah, we don't do, yeah, that's how we talk to them. That's how, cause me and the pastor, we know what.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me just finish off and then bring out the
Let's not even get on that shit today, man, because they lie.
5 says, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh. Last one. For wisdom is a loving spirit. Now I didn't really see that at first, you know. Wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquaint a blasphemer of its words.
You know why wisdom's a loving spirit? Because wisdom is harsh, man. See, true love is love that chasteneth. If you got someone that they just forever blowing smoke up your ass, yeah, and like it's the spirit. Where was I? I was at a particular location, yeah, and I was standing at a bus stop, and he looked like an Ethiopian actually. Could have been Jig, I don't know, could be Hamas, whatever. And this toddler, he's too big to be in the pram. That's a red flag already. When your son can walk, man, get the fuck out of that, man. You're a big ass kid sitting in a pram, all right? And he was throwing a tantrum. I guess he was hungry. And the mum offered, she had fruits, which was good. She offered him a banana. He smacked it out of her hand. Yeah! She offered him some, what was it? What was the other one? Some cut up apple she had in like a container. He smacked it out of her hand. Then she had berries, and he wanted the berries. But the thing is, yeah, you got to teach a child to communicate, man. And not to like throw a tantrum because they ain't getting the exact thing they want. Right. Show me what you want, man. Even if you can't talk, well, point at the one you want then, baby. But then he was just and I said to myself, if there was time left for him to grow up, right, he's gonna be a very undisciplined man. Because his mum, of course, it's the mother, raised it. What do you want then?
Yeah,
And
spoil.
she started smiling when he
Spoil
stopped
him.
crying.
Calm.
Yeah, spoil him, yeah. You know? And he got in he all happy now. No. Fucking communicate, man. Teach your children from young. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. So wisdom is a loving spirit because it chasteneth, man.
Yeah.
You want this? Okay, show me why I should work with you for that. Just don't give it to you, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, wisdom is our wife. All the brothers have you have a wife. All the brothers have a wife, and her name is Sophia.
Yeah.
So you do have a wife. Don't when anybody starts to say you have. If you think you have. Yeah. Loving spirit and will not acquaint a blasphemer, so it keeps us on the straight and narrow, man. But it's a protection if you stay in it, because you hear the word wisdom will not rest in a malicious soul. It's wisdom, it's not knowledge, because knowledge stays in gold anyway. Most malicious people have knowledge. And them people that have got knowledge, yeah.
Well, to back you up, the scripture says,
Knowledge of wickedness is wisdom.
yeah,
It's not wisdom.
Yeah. So wisdom,
They got knowledge.
Knowledge can go anywhere.
They can chant, they can bring things to mind, they can quote things. Some of them they know poetry from back to front to back. Some of them read the Bible. They're very educated. I'm talking from what in the church. It's not about just education's good, but when you apply wisdom, because wisdom is the application of knowledge.
Yeah.
So don't get those two twisted. Because people can get that. You can get that mixed up. Having a holy knowledge means I'm a man of the Lord. No, man. Don't mean that.
Well, Satan knows the holy scriptures, man. You want to know someone that knows the scriptures better than all of us, man? Satan knows them the Bible, man. You think Satan don't know the law? You know of the law, and Satan knows the scriptures, man. So just because you're right, just because you know something doesn't mean like you're actually you're in it in righteousness or in truth. You can just know it.
Yeah.
That's why they have a term, general knowledge. See, we're not called to be fucking general knowledge experts, man. You know them BBC 2 shows at like 4 p.m. Them quiz games. You know, one question could be, who was the first soldier to get shot in World War II from the British Army? Then the next question is, what's the components of the color black, or is it really the absence of light? And they'll know it because they're just general knowledge people.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and yeah, I just know stuff. No, it's not about knowing stuff, man. It's about really walking in the truth and understanding it.
Well, look at Paul Light. Paul Light knows about 7 languages, from what I heard. That's 7, maybe more. And he can quote things. He's got a very good memory. Yeah. He's very eloquent. Yeah. But
well, now Paul Light, he knows not to drop the
right.
soap. That's what.
But what was he doing? What was he using his knowledge to do? Get close up with underage people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the knowledge now. He knows exactly how not to drop the soap. Right. He fucked up, man.
Let me just end off 6.
For
wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquite a blasphemer of his word. For God is the witness of his reigns and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of his tongue.
You got the clip in until Caleb comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Read what you got, bro.
You called for.
Hold on, you got something.
Yeah, about the little incident of the child.
Yeah, okay.
Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, very simple, man. Train up a child, man. The way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart, man. You got a son or daughter, you got to teach them, man. Because then they reach the age when a woman becomes accountable under the law. Because when you're born, you're born under the law of your parents, your father and your mother, which really is you're teaching them to be under the law of the Most High, Torah, but they're not accountable to it. So like, if you have like I don't know, it's the Day of Atonement, let's just say, and you got like a 3-year-old, or even a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old, they don't have to keep it, man. They're too young. They're not accountable to the law. Or if they did something, if they stole, then you would like beat them and chasten them. But then when they're actually accountable to the letter of the law, that's when they are at age 12 for the boy. You would have a ban matazawaf, which means son of the law, son of the commandment, man. You know, when your daughter reaches her menses, you know, it varies or whatever the case may be, well then she's now a woman, man. You know, you become accountable. So for the first like 12 to 13 years of your life is really to learn how to operate. what to do and what not to do, man. You know, that's the training that parents should give, man. You know, you got that woman, well, I say woman, that fucking puppet, Young Miami, you know, she does them stupid songs, man, for Jake. That shows you, like, the music industry is just set up by the small hats to promote, like, destruction of the so-called black people, man, and Hispanics. Because, like, she said the music she makes, she will never let her daughter listen to that shit or grow up in that lifestyle. But then when you check what she's rapping all kind of filth, man. All kind of low-level shit to inconvenience the black man and to be liberated in being naked and shaking your ass. That's what that. But in that narrative, it's not even her narrative, man. You got Cardi B, you got Beyonce, all right? To the left. You know, whatever song does she do? She does Single ladies. Oh, my single ladies. Oh, my single ladies. And you got, I don't know if it's Beyonce, we got another song, I can't take it no more, no more. All them songs, but these women, they're married. 10 years plus they're married, but then they have you in the concert. Yeah, babe, I'm going to see Beyonce in London. Yeah, they come London, go to Tottenham Stadium, listen to Beyonce talking about throw the man away, but then her husband somewhere in the crowd bopping it away. The small hats have an agenda, break the family home. It's been the same thing from day one. If they can break the Israelite family home, they know that they're going to have children because Jake are fruitful people. They will have sex. They will have babies. But the babies they grow up to have, when they reach age 17, one black man is going to put a knife on another black man. And then one daughter is not going to be chased and disciplined, but she's going to go on Snapchat and shake her ass away. Like, it's an agenda, man. It's all an agenda. Keep going.
Train up a child.
Yeah, read that again.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah, because the first 7 years of your life, you're really a sponge, man. What's put into you get influenced along the way and shit, and even in later life, but the real general core of who you will be and what feels right to you, it depends on the first 7 years of your life. You know, so it's important, man. You had something?
Yeah, just about, you know, how the point you just mentioned previously.
Let me test it. I'm going to stand
This
over
is
there.
Psalm
Actually,
64,
let me stand over there.
verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yeah.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
You see, now, again, talking about Satan and stuff, knowing the scriptures, right? How can he successfully push wickedness upon Jake if he doesn't know the right thing? You see, this man, yeah, that's why he'll have the facade of being a Torah observant people. You know, I don't want to say the word because they'll clip the live, man. You know, but they're the ish people, right? The small hats, yeah? Oh, we are the people of the Torah, No, you're not. We're the people of the fucking Talmud. You got the wrong T there, brother. It's not Torah that you keep, it's Talmud. You just give the face of, oh, we keep the Torah. No, you don't. They follow the satanic tenets of Kabbalah. All right? If you get into Kabbalistic schools of thought and Talmud, it's all satanic, man. That's what they're really into. And they use it for rulership. That's why presidents, before becoming the president of the United States of America, what's one of the courses they have to study? The Kabbalah, man. All these presidents, Obama and we were gonna make a change, and Joe, all these dudes in behind closed doors, before they become the president of the United States, they have to study the Kabbalah, man. The Kabbalah, however you want to say it, the Talmud. They get into that shit, man. You know why they get into that shit? Because that conditions them in a left-hand way to further destroy the people. So you go and watch their campaigns, you know, they're running around to all these different states. Even over here in the UK, the Prime Minister will go up and down the country. See him on BBC News in in a fucking community centre up there in Dunstable somewhere talking about, yeah, when I become Prime Minister, I'm going to create more community clubs. And no, they're just lying to you, man. They're lying to you, you know why? Because before that, they've been studying the fucking Kabbalah, man. And a large part of deceiving people is winning people over. You have to, if you don't win them over, you're not gonna be able to deceive them. You gotta pretend, man. And that's the main tenet of that in the Kabbalah is the Torah. Oh well, we're the Ish people and we observe the Torah. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just hold the Torah as if you observe it, but really what you're observing and worshipping is Satan by the means of the Kabbalah and the Talmud, man. That's a satanic book. Read that again up.
This is Psalm 64 and verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah, so they know, they when I say they know the right thing to do, they understand what the Bible stands for. But then, because they're of Satan, all right, Shaitan, which means the adversary, they're going to see the right way to go, and they're going to say, nah, I'm going to go this way. That's what he does, man. They inquire a diligent search, God.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah. The scriptures speak about they can't rest without doing wickedness, man. No matter how small or how large the scale is, the magnitude thereof, they have to do something sneaky. They have to do something wrong. Their day isn't accomplished if they don't inconvenience some people, man. You know? It's as small as an Edomite in traffic. Yeah, little nigga driving a car. Yeah, I'm gonna cut him up. He can go home and rest now because he knows he cut you up. But if he didn't have the opportunity, he'd go home feeling unaccomplished. Because they have to do some sort of wickedness. They've inquired that search on the most minute level, all the way to the grandest of scales, man. To inconvenience, namely, the Israelites, man. This is why when we say, well, yeah, we do hate, and God does hate, man. Who you call God, yeah, we are racist, man. We're for our people. We love our people, and fuck you. Fuck you guys, man. As the Americans say, fuck y'all, man. You know? Well then, oh, the Israelites, hate group, oh, arrest them. But then, you guys can be over there in Palestine, all right, praising and glorying over your hate. So hold on, you can hate, but we can't? What are you talking about, man? They've inquired that diligent search, man. And the whole tenet of it is that they're free to do what they want to do, and we're not free to do what we want to do. So if we say, well, we're the people, no. You can be a black Muslim, you can be a black Christian, you can be a black Buddhist, you can be a black Satanist, you can be whatever you want to be. But the moment you say you're an Israelite, oh, no. Sorry, mate. Yeah, exactly. What happened to that, man? You know, as Benjamin say, what? You know, what, brother? You know, we can be where anyone we want to be, but lest we say we're the Israelites. Oh, nah, buddy, no. You know, the anti-Semitism and Richie Sunak just said he pledges to invest $3 million to secure the safety of the small hat people in the London communities and up and down the country. And why, man? Why don't you invest, man, in our people, man? In the last 2 weeks, you've had about 3 or 4 stabbings in Brixton alone. Where's the investment of funds there? You know, but then they'll allow you to have your little vigil. You know, the little boy that got stabbed in Brixton, was it last week? He's actually a family friend. I didn't even know it was him until I got home, and everyone's crying. Oh my God, yeah. You know, I said, oh fuck it. But he's a family friend. I know his dad personally, man. You know, but they'll go to Brixton, right, and do a vigil. They'll get some police officers, stand there, make sure it's all orderly. You know, niggas get together, they have to be involved, right? The police will stand there and, yeah, it's so sad that a black man has died, yeah. Young black man, very talented, okay. But there's no investment there. But then you got something going on across the world, and your small hat area, all of a sudden, I live in a small hat area. All of a sudden, there's extra police there now. You know, they get on the bus with you, they're looking, well, why are you doing that for, man? Because they're protected people, and we're not, according to them. But little do they know, we're protected of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
In the place where it was, let's get that, in the place where it said, you are not my people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's where we're at right now, man. Because we acknowledge and believe and accept wholeheartedly that we are Yasharallah, man, from one of the 12 respective tribes. We believe that wholeheartedly. Now, the only issue is the world is now beginning to be to force to believe that as well. But because the Ish people are the ones in power, the Ish people are the ones pulling the strings for the puppets of your prime ministers and your presidents and all of these things, you know, wars and rumors, they're behind it, proxy groups, you know,
and all of the various religious secrets,
man, you know, the crypto Jews, everything, because they're the ones pulling, now that we're coming out as, no, we're the people, now we're public enemy number one. But let's read the scripture, what does the Bible say, man?
Romans 9 and verse
And then
26.
some, hold on, and then you get the one where it says, what if some did not believe? Romans 3, I believe. Go on.
Romans 9 and 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them,
Yeah.
ye are not my people.
Yeah, you're blacks. You know, what's that movie? Roots. You know, Toby boy. The name's Toby. You know, that scene was to signify our identity was literally whipped out of us, man. You know, they've done everything to through the media, through the finances, through the social economic means, all right, through the family structure, the nuclear family structure, all right. I mentioned fantasies already. Through religion, how can I forget that Jesus Christ, Christianity, is just a means to take us away from who we are, man. Through every means possible, all right. They've tried to wipe away who we really are. So in that same place, man, that's the Psalms. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. In the very same place where it was whipped out of us who we are on every single level. Now I'm just black. Now I'm just an Indian. Now I'm just a fucking Hispanic. In that same place, hear what the prophecy says. Go on.
Romans 9 and 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Starting with the landmass of America. Go on.
There shall they be called the children of the living power.
That's why in a place called Harlem, New York, this truth was birthed, man. Okay? In the same place, nah, you're just black. You're 3/4 of a man. In that same place came the truth. Now we know throughout the whole world, which is the form of prophecy, this gospel shall be preached, right? Throughout the whole world. Now we all know we're Israelites, man. The same place you said we're not, right? It's been established that we are. That's why the small hats, they're feeling backed up now. You know, they're feeling back, they're feeling like the elder said in one of the shows, Satan's kind of losing his power now, man. You know, them man, they're still banging their head at the wailing wall, talking about Hashem and Adonai and all that kind of crap. It's not working no more. Satan ain't working.
The gig is up.
The gig is up, man, because the cat's out the bag. We are the Israelites, man.
That's right.
Okay?
That's a fact.
Romans 3.
This is Romans 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe, shall their unbelief make their faith of the Most High without
Yeah,
effect?
read it again. Read it loud, remember, read it loud, man.
This is Romans chapter 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Yeah, that goes for Israelites and other nations. If you got an Israelite, because we've had that before, he's a straight up Judite here. No, I believe in Jesus. Okay then, but you don't believe in this. Well, just your disbelief alone doesn't negate this, man. Or you can have someone of another nation. How dare you say you are the Jews? My people went through the H course. I can't say it. You know, how dare you? We suffered so much, our people, and Hashem heard our cry. We are the Jews. You are black people. Okay, all right, fine, whatever. Have a little rant. By the end of the day, your disbelief don't change the fact that the faith of the Most High remains the same.
And just by the proof of them being in the land, like we always bring out, what is it, the book of Isaiah chapter 2.
Exactly.
That says what it says. That when the Israelites return back home to Jerusalem or Yerushalayim, that city is going to be named, that city is going to be what, it's going to be, what is it, man? It's going to live up to its title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
be a city of peace, man.
Yeah. So what you got over there in the land of peace, which is there is no peace. is you got these Amalekites having issues with their government, and they've been protesting with this this judicial system thing for years.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then also when they got in the land, before all of that mess, when they got into the land in 48, there's been a lot of clashing between those Arabs down there and them two. So how was they saying that basically they're the people, but the prophecy doesn't fit up to it?
Well,
Come on, man.
The scriptures also speak about Israel shall be a trouble in the earth, man. So it's true. According to biblical prophecy, they do fulfill a part of Israel.
Yeah.
But the section where there's trouble in the earth,
God.
it's always been a turbulent land.
Yeah.
You've had the Arabs on one side,
Yeah.
and them as the Edomites of the house of Amalek on the other side.
God.
They've always been friction in that. So yeah, you do fulfill Israel in scripture, but where it concerns it being a trouble in the earth, where it concerns Jerusalem being a praise in the earth, the city of peace, where nations shall go up to learn the law, you can't fulfill that.
Yep.
Somebody drop everything, is it 2nd Maccabees chapter 5 and 19. That's gonna prove that it's more than the land itself, it's really the right people. It's a puzzle.
Yep.
You've got the semicircle hole, and you've got the semicircle. We are the semicircle for the semicircle hole. When you put the two pieces together, it fits.
Yep.
Them people, it's like the semicircle hole, and they're a fucking rectangle. No matter which way you try and put it in, it's not gonna fit because you're the wrong shape, you're the wrong size, you're the wrong spirit, you're the wrong people. So you can have the land as long as you want until the Lord allows your rule to come to an end. Stay there. You ask me, I don't want to go Israel. Fuck Israel right now. I ain't going over there. I'll probably get killed, man.
Oh, yeah.
The clip got put up, Elder Ricard put it up, man. Them talking about how black people go to Israel and they get fucking oppressed over there.
Yeah.
If you gave me a ticket and a 5-star hotel, I'm turning it down.
Yeah.
I don't want to go Israel right now.
And then you gotta fight those wars. Let's say you get in a war, you gotta join and fight those wars.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's a group over there on news. I might, if the spirit allows me to get into it, do a video on it. But there's a group over there, gone back to adopt so-called Judaism. A group of
them
so-called
people
black
there,
people,
man, yeah.
and they were showing and running to go into the bunkers and all that.
You see, bullshit.
I was laughing, man.
Crazy. You got that up?
I can't have that yet.
That's a
this
curse
is-
on them.
2nd Maccabees 5 and verse 19. Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake.
Yeah. So you have to be a people, man. Keep the land, bro. Do what you want. Talk about Baruch Hashem and Barak Adonai and all whatever you do it. Do it. Eat your kosher pig. Smack your head on the Wailing Wall 1,000,000 times a day. Do whatever, man.
And
But
I don't mean to cut in, brother, but just by the simple fact that they have to say Hashem proves that you the people.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you the people, you would say you would be comfortable
saying
saying
the
the
name.
fucking name.
Yeah, Hashem.
Yeah.
What Hashem? What are you talking about, man? Hashem. The name. Okay, well, what is the name? I can't say that. It's too holy. No, it's fearful among the heathen. It proves you ain't the people, man.
Yep.
But do all of that, at the end of the day, the puzzle pieces won't fit. You know why? Because it's one little problem, man. You're not the real Israelites. That's the little problem, man. Sorry to burst your bubble. That's just the only issue. The only issue is you ain't the people, man. You have the land, but you ain't the right fit. You see, I always say this. You can know the right place to be, but the right place to be might not be for you.
Right.
You got people that want to come into the truth. They acknowledge that this is the truth, but it just don't work out. It's the right place to be, but the right place ain't the right place for them.
And speaking about that, you're gonna have guys that's gonna come in this thing that ain't really meant to come in this thing, and they're gonna endure for a while. And then next thing you know, they're gonna start spewing out their garbage, just like Heckle and Jekyll and what is it down there in Mississippi?
Yeah.
Right? What is it? The talking magpies.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, talking about his name is Bernardino, some bullshit. Right? These niggas is clowns, man.
You can take, there's that saying, isn't it? You can take a man out of the ghetto, but you can't take the big ghetto out of the man. You can take the man away from niggers, but you can't take the nigger out of the nigger.
Exactly.
That's what
He
you
goes
are.
like this, he goes, and the name of the Lord indeed is. Come in. And the name of the Holy Spirit is Muslim. And the name of our Lord,
Oh shit, man.
the Son, is Barman. Oh, come on, man.
the reason why he did his body language like that because he himself knows. Look at that. That's
No, it's
that
stupid,
He
man.
knows it.
His body language was like this. How you gonna proclaim the name of the Lord, yeah? You're like, bro, he's cut, man. He knows he's talking. You know what it was, yeah? Because as he was contemplating, that's why in the video, he was mad at the guys that he broke up with. Because they didn't want to say it. You know why they didn't want to say it? Because they knew if that madness came out, we'd pounce on them like a fucking lion looking at raw meat, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
He knew we'd pounce. That's why if you watch the whole clip, he was cursing out the guys that he used to be with. Oh, we told them guys, that bald-headed nigger, we told him not to say the names. But he was mad at them because he knew as soon as them stupid names came out, Great Millstone would pounce on them, man, in defense of the gospel. That's what it was. So he cursed them the fuck out. Well, no, but the spirit had them niggas reveal that bullshit name.
Yeah.
He said, no, now it's out there. Indeed, the name is Barminto. Oh, okay. Okay, man. All right, you run with Barminto, see how far that gets you. And then the elders a couple of elders did the research. Like they said, a Google away.
Yeah.
And it's some old school bullshit, man.
Yeah,
some Greek Gnostic,
Greek gods and all that.
fucking mythology bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I saw the website. I said, man, I ain't even reading this whole document. It's some bullshit, man. Like
Some left-hand side.
like that shows, yeah. I'm not promoting going off, but if you're gonna go off, like at least go off properly, man. He didn't even go off properly.
No, bro.
He just took some of the names that some old ass nigga told him and went with that. Come on, man.
At least be original with your going off shit. I'm laughing. I'm being jokey, man. You
Tear
know,
the Ludo.
you know, I'm messing around, man. I don't promote going off, okay? Lord willing, we don't go off, man.
Oh,
but I'm just saying, man. If you're gonna go rogue, as they say, do it with chest, man. Don't just be half-hearted about that shit. Nigga went on Google, looked at some little Greek mythology shit, and yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, that's the name of the Lord. You bugged out, man.
Or someone could have just pulled them niggas to the side and said, "Yo, we found the name," and it sounds like very well convincing when he told these guys this.
Yeah, that's it, Barminto.
Wow,
Wow.
man. And then he used another word, Ram Mickamore, some shit.
The name of the Father,
Yeah.
indeed, is a Graham. Something like that. Hey, read something, man. Read something, man.
Yeah.
I had something here, but
yeah.
pertaining to the small hats and what's going on.
Yeah, no, we'll go. That's just go back to that topic.
So this is actually a statement that the second president of Egypt,
Yeah.
Gamal Abdel
Yeah,
Nasser,
yeah.
in 1952,
Yeah.
when he was asked about the peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt stated, the Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but came back white.
That's straightforward. That's basically pretty much blatant.
Yeah.
Because like when you go, back a couple of years ago, right? From that time when he made that sin, what year?
1952.
1952. So 4 years prior, they had this guy, if I'm correct, they had this dude, and I brought him up some time ago as well, David Ben Gurion. He was supposed to be, the David of that Israeli state, so to speak, right? And obviously, the elders broke it down and found a certain amount of information about how basically he didn't believe in God, which that's not a surprise because none of them niggas believe in the Most High anyway. They're not supposed to.
Yeah, that's that guy.
So
That's
all
him.
of this time from that point on,
Say his name
he's
again.
been faking the funk.
Abdul.
They've been telling people about how they're the Jews and everything.
Gamal
Right, but
Abdul
they're not.
Nasser. Yeah.
They're absolutely nuts.
Brothers, elders always used to bring this out.
You know what I mean? So the thing of it is that the truth is being declared, and you know what too as well. What proves what they did to the people of the people that's in Gaza, right? The way they besieged the people over there, that proves that they're the Edomites, because that's something that the Romans did to the Israelites, our ancestors, back 2,000 years ago. So they're just basically applying the same thing that the ancient Romans did, the ancient Romans did, the military. You know what I'm saying? So the thing of it is, they're already showing their cards that exactly as to who they really are. The Edomites. Go on, brother.
Is there more in that document?
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come.
So the point is that there's never going to be peace. So I was watching a live stream, which I done a video straight after I watched the live stream. They took both they gave me a strike and took the videos down. I was fired up, man.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I was fired up, but I still got another channel on there. be more careful. But I've got a precept. Ezekiel 36 and 26 says, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God.
Right, and that's another prophecy that really should have came to pass. They should have been under the new covenant, and as well as the Messiah should have been there in the midst. But where are these key figureheads? There's nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere to be found, because simply the fact of the matter is that they're just not the people.
Yeah, and that applies to us.
Yeah.
That's our forefathers is talking about, which are our forefathers, which are us coming back.
Yeah.
We're going to possess the land. What they're scrapping over, like two little sport children.
What you can do, bro, is if you can get the, Zephaniah 12. Yeah, so I mean, the thing of it is, it's just, like what's going in the world right now, prophetically, it just proves one thing and one thing only, that those people in the land don't belong in it. And it's like, let's just say someone just ran up on us and goaded us. Like, what's your take on the whole situation with Palestine? We just gonna say, look, we're gonna answer their question with the scripture, and just tell them, give our piece of our mind, which is gonna be scriptural anyway. Because none of them niggas belong in that land any way. They don't belong in that land. Now I could understand what the Philistines are saying, right? Because that's really where you get the term Palestine from. It means it goes back to the word Philistine, right? Because they saying that they've been there long enough. Them Arabs, they've been there long enough since during the time when Muhammad was on the scene, right? So that's their justification. But the thing of it is still, historically, when you go way back, and not only just historically, but pretty much the Lord gave us the land. The Lord never gave no other nation the land instead of us, all right? Or let me use another term, rather us. Every nation was given their inheritance, and that's not their inheritance. So that land is always going to be troublesome for them. It's always going to be a burdensome stone. That's the scripture that I want you brothers to get.
Yeah, I got another one for you. Ezekiel 35 and straight to it. I start from the top. Ezekiel 35 from the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Right. Yes. So the elder, as you were mentioning, he's against them. He's against that land, and also wherever they are on the whole of the globe.
Yeah.
Mount Seir, the East today, you say the Edomites today, so-called white people, is against you wherever you are. Over here in England, where you are now, in the homeland, so-called homeland, which belongs to us. You're being pursued by the God Himself. You are an enemy of God, and the scripture says, if God is for us, who can be against us? We never want to be on the wrong side of the Lord.
No.
That's a curse, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And another thing too, because I'm thinking about the precept of the water, brother. Because I'm thinking about the precept, right? And the scripture goes like this: in the land of uprightness, they will not learn the ways of the Lord. They will not learn the ways of righteousness, because they're just simply not the people. Once again, they're nothing more than Edomites. The Edomites were created to just be wicked, to be conniving, to be a bunch of hypocrites as they are, and they will continue to go that route. They can't help it. And I mean, like when you really deal with nature itself, again, they can't help but be wicked, and as well as they're weak naturally.
Right.
So they're gonna cheat their way to the top. They're gonna lie and do all of these different things. So there you go, go on, brother.
Reading on in 4. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. So, as you was mentioning, this ain't the grand finale. We know this is not the grand finale, but we know that these are all stepping stone, prophecies leading to the major prophecies. So he's saying, I will lay thy cities waste. We're seeing this is what's happening. He's laying the cities waste, man. Yeah. Opening up.
Little by little.
Yeah, little by little, and he's giving the prophets more to talk about. So we're occupied in prophecy. We're obsessed with these prophecies. So we're looking forward to the grand finale. I keep saying it, which is the Yehoshua return. You know, where he's going to totally I'll carry on. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. That's the grand finale, man. When the you know, in a lot of these sports, where they're waiting for the top, you know, the major event to take place. So the major event, like, it might have been the heavyweights in a lot of these other, you know, these sports, contender sports, MMA sports. You're waiting for the heavyweight, the grand finale. In a lot of cases, it's the heavyweight, the last one where you were looking forward to that. All these other little ones are build ups to it.
Which is the coming of Yahushua.
Lightweight, middleweight, super middleweight, and then the grand finale, the heavyweight, which is Yehoshua in the chariots.
Yeah. So that's really the end goal. That's what we're expecting. So right before that, all of these different cataclysmic events we're going to see, and it's all playing out. It's playing out wonderfully and beautifully. You're so on with that, brother. Give me Zechariah 12 and verse 1. Because, you know, as the brother said that they do fit. They do fit certain particular precepts when it comes to them being in the land. And this is the one that they fit. Oh, you might as well read it, brother, because you
was it
Zechariah 12, because he already got it already.
Yeah. So from the top, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens, and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling.
Right. So that's the land. The land is going to be what? Considered a cup of trembling. Go on.
Unto all the people round about.
Right.
When they shall be in the siege, both against Judah and against Jerusalem.
Exactly. And that's what we're experiencing. That's what we're seeing in our own eyes. And we watch the news. So, but all around, among these two nations, right, the Arabs and these Amalekites, which are nothing more than sons of Esau, they're surrounding the land, and this is trouble in the land. Okay, it's absolute trouble. It's been trouble ever since they got in there, all around. So this is the prophecy that they're playing out. To be exact, go on.
And it says, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces.
Right, shall be cut into pieces. Now, when you read the book of Ezekiel 38, that basically expounds how they're going to be cut into pieces, because it tells you that Gog and Magog is going to invade Israel. When you read all the way down to it, certain parts of it, right? So that's how they're going to be cut down. So just like you said, brother, they might as well just keep the land, because we don't want to be there. And I mean, any Negro that's there, they should be there any dog way. That's why they go and do a whole lot of complications and situations down there, because they don't belong down there. And ultimately, when the third war coming and the missiles will stop flying, right? Guess what? They're going to be pelted right along with the city and the people in the place. Okay? Because what you're doing is you're joining forces with these devils. You have to join these. You have to join the military and fight these wars with these devils. Just like it says in the book of Proverbs, don't hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So all of them jakes that's down there, they're just gonna get destroyed. All right, because the scriptures is very clear. But this guy, I forgot the guy's name, man. His name is what, Ben Israel or something like that.
Benjamin Netanyahu?
No. I'm talking about the guy that
Oh,
led.
yeah, the one that went over there years ago, innit?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
It was in 69. Ben Ami, there you go. The water brother, Ben Ami. Yeah, Ben Ami, he basically, you know, because he didn't really have the pure understanding, right? Again, he failed to understand what the will of the Father was.
Yeah.
The will of the Father is to simply have us being transferred to the land through the Messiah. Yeah. That's what's written. Not so that we go over there ourselves and try to establish something over there. Because if you go over there, you're going to come across a whole lot of problems. Because them people and Jake don't mix. Jacob and Esau. Yeah. All right?
I've got a picture. I'm just showing it to the... Carry on. I'm just showing it to the...
So it continues on in verse 4. And it says, in that day, saith the Lord Jehovah, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness. And I will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness.
Right. Yeah, that's going into something else. Which
Yeah.
that reminds me of Isaiah 6 and what is it? Isaiah 6 and 9 and
Survivors
10.
describe
Yeah, so that's
escaping
the thing.
bombings.
Those people are not in the those people that are in the land. They're just pretty much I just had the word in my mind, man. I just had the word in my head. But they're just you know, they're just pseudo people. I'm not gonna say the term.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, these are
they're
survivors.
falsely so-called. Go on.
Now, these are people that describe running. Survivors describe escaping Hamas attacks,
Mhm.
and they got their Judaism hats on.
Yeah.
You know, like you heard of the Deborah, and
Uh-huh.
the report, the
Watchman Yahweh.
Watchman report. They got that kind of vibe about them. They're over there in Jerusalem now,
Okay.
saying that they've adopted the Judaism religion.
Right.
So they're running from the bombers, man. You see, it goes to show you shouldn't go run ahead of the people's presumptions and run ahead of the men of the Lord.
But you know what, though?
Prophecies.
But
Yeah.
you know what? I don't mean to cut you, bro. Like them guys, they didn't really know any better because Ben Amin misled them. You know, guys like Ben Amin with the wrong understanding. So this is why we're in a more of a privileged situation, us brothers in the know, because we know exactly what the will of the Lord is, and that ain't the will of the Lord for us to go jumping over there, man. You know what I mean? It's best for us to stay where we are at and let the Lord do the deliverance.
Yeah, precept.
Go on, brother.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore wait ye upon me,
Yeah.
saith the Lord,
That's right.
until the day that I
Yeah.
rise up to the prey.
Right. So we're
That's
supposed
the
to
spirit,
wait
that's the
upon
spirit.
the Lord until He
Yeah.
rises up to the prey.
Right.
Because in the midst of Him rising up to the prey, that's how we gonna be delivered. Go on.
And it says, for my determination is to gather the nations,
Mm-hmm.
that I may assemble the kingdoms,
Right.
to pour upon them mine indignation.
So He's going to do the assembling among the nations to do what? To pour upon them His indignation. Go on.
Even all my fierce anger,
Mm-hmm.
for all the earth shall be devoured with fire,
Right.
with the fire of my jealousy.
Right. So all of the earth is going to be devoured with the fire of His jealousy. So that's the nuclear fire as well as the concentrated fire, which is going to be those lasers. And according to, once again, Ezekiel 38, that actually goes into that. How the Russians are going to pretty much do some damage on them niggas over there. That's fronting like they're the people. Them falsely so-called big wig wearers. Small hats. All right? And once again, to prove that they're not the people, because in the last days, the real people, the Israelites, are going to be under these curses. So that means they're not going to be able to call the shots. That means that pretty much they're going to be spoken ill about, and those people that are going to be under those curses, they won't be able to do anything about it. All right, but quite contrary, they're able to clip your video, you know, probably get you absconded from your job completely, and these kind of sort of things. And then they own and run all of the most important parts of society. So again, once again, you gotta question yourself. How are they the people? Because they don't fit the bill.
Yeah, their weak claim to any inconvenience is, oh yeah, we're an attacked people, increase police in the area. Like, bro, come on, man, you don't own everything, man.
And just by the fact that they got the police to back them, that proves that they in a power seat. What are they talking about?
Man.
And then they got their own, what is it, hospitals?
Yeah.
They got their own financial institutions that can back them if they're poor.
You got their own
We don't have
schools.
that.
Their own schools.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I mean, they're covered.
Right.
They're good. They ain't got nothing to worry about, man. They live in those little nice areas and stuff. Some of them live in mansions. Come on, man.
Yeah, Elder. I remember one time I was in the, small hut area near me,
Mm-hmm.
and like, if you drive in a bus lane or you do something silly and police see you whilst you're driving,
Okay.
they can whoop whoop, and then you have to pull over. So he pulled over one of them, yeah, and I was in thick traffic, so I wasn't moving. I could watch the whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
And a big hat got out the car, yeah.
Big wig wearer.
Big wig wearer got out the car, and he taps the police guy on the shoulder, like in a condescending way. You know when was it Evelyn, when he put his finger in Prince Charles' chest?
Yeah.
It was one of them ones like I'm over you type of thing. And that just shows you these guys, they rule the roost.
Yeah, they
Because
sure
if me as a so-called black man got pulled over by the police and I try to tap
They're
him
gonna
up,
throw your ass on the floor, brother.
oh, a physical assault, man. Get down,
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But then you got a big hat, big wig wearer tapping police in the shoulders, man.
Yeah.
It shows you that these guys, the elders getting into, these man, they own all the most important parts of society, man.
Mhm. Absolutely, my brother. So I mean, like, again, I mean, it just speaks for itself. So no matter how hard that they try to convey the point of them saying that they're the people, they're not the people, man. The reality tells you. Like, we don't gotta look at what they saying. We just gotta look at through our own eyes, man. What our eyes are telling us. And according to the reality, they're just not the people. Right now, they're more fitting of being Esau.
Yep.
Because they're the ones that's basically ruling with the sword, ruling in a more of a destructive manner. They're not ruling in a righteous manner.
Yeah.
They own, what is it? They own 100% of the media. So with that being the case, why don't they apply what they know and pretty much brainwash us with that? The Torah and all of this stuff. They're not, because that proves they're not the people. It's not in their nature. You see? So, man, there's so many precepts we can get, man. Going on.
This is Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of all the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate. So when it's all said and done, when Yahweh Shah comes back, he's going to destroy them, put them into captivity, and after all of that's all said and done, they're going to what? Serve slaves, excuse me. After that's all said and done, they're going to be exterminated. Obadiah 1, is it 1 and 14? And they're going to perish forever. That's the ultimate. So, you know, I mean, that's just as far as it goes, man. And this, man, like I said, there's so many precepts that I'm thinking about right now, man. You know, but my mind's moving 1,000 miles an hour. So
I got a quick one.
Hold on, wait there. You're going, bro. Go on.
This is Job 21 and 7, because of what you just said about the centurions and their friendliness. But you got the let me just read it. 7 says, "Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, and ye mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of Yahweh upon them."
Yeah. So they live a comfortable. They're living very comfortable. They got inheritance.
Yeah.
You know, they got money for days, man. Like, these people, they're just in a very powerful position. So how is it that they're saying that they're the people, that they're the most oppressed in the world when they are the oppressors? And even when you really go into the history of our enslavement, they was behind all of that. Go on, brother.
Well, yeah, I'll just carry on reading a little bit more. Because over in Golders Green, I used to do a lot of moving around, you know, my driving job back in the day. Golders Green and a lot of the wealthy houses, I know around that area well. And they're saying that they're getting threats now.
Oh,
one of their shops was attacked in Golders Green, like the wealthy area, upmarket area. They know, and people know that they're living comfortable, but they're becoming more and more disliked now. They say their children are worried that they can't wear their uniform, so they're going underground because of you know, they know they're being exposed more. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
9 says, "Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them.
Did you bring the what's the oil?
Their bull generative and faileth not. Their cow calvereth and casteth not her half." Then let me get to the point. "They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance." Yeah, Golders Green all up around the area. Chelsea, Stanford Hill, people know about them. 12 says,
the Hendon lot, innit? Northwest London. They're a bit more liberal than the Stanford Hill lot, but they're very rich though. You know, you said them houses, man. Sheep.
yeah, we should drop things off to them, man.
Yeah.
You know. 12 says, "They take the tamarind and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, in a moment go down to the grave."
Yeah, and that's talking about the Rothschilds, because I was reading a brief story about Evelyn Rothschild, and basically it says that as I could remember, it says that he enjoyed driving, you know, his fancy cars, and that was him growing up as a young man. So as a young man, you know, as a usual individual commoner, you have to work your ass off just to get to that kind of standard of living. But he was already born into that, you know. But that's pretty much how Amalek lives overall, though. But primarily the banking elite. Go on, bro.
This is Psalm 73 and verse 18. "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction.
Yep.
How are they brought into desolation as in a moment?
Mm.
They are utterly consumed with terrors.
Yeah. So this is their moment. This is their time in the sun to shine. Right now. But after that moment is all said and done, they're gonna get wiped out of here, man. Their whole entire power is gonna get basically wiped out of here. And then they're gonna have to go into captivity. Just like it reads in the book of Job, that the triumphing of the, knowing the sense of old time, right? That the triumphing of the wicked is short. Exactly, but for a moment. So there you go, man. So they're not the Israelites, because if they were the Israelites, those precepts and the reality was speaking that they are the people of the Lord, and as well as this society would be an ongoing society, and it would be known as such, but it is not. In the book of Daniel, that says that the saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. So as we see it today, we're hearing wars and rumors of wars, which is leading on to the ending of this civilization. So once again, they ain't the people, man. What they are is a bunch of Edomites hiding and seeking from their nationality. That's what the hell they are. All right, perpetrating a fraud, man.
I'll go preach it.
Going on.
I don't know if someone put it out already, but this is Isaiah chapter 2 from verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amoz saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Come.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
Meaning it's going to be established above all the governments. I was sort of I can see that going on.
And it says, in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right, and all nations shall flow unto it. That's Isaiah 2, right? Yeah, so there you go. All nations are going to flow unto it. So you know what they could have also did too? They could have used the media to pretty much profess what they have, what they're rehearsing among their own people. But they haven't even did that. So if you're going to do something, do it the right kind of way. But even yet and still, they can't help it. They can't help but do the things that which is wrong, so that they can basically rule in totality and wickedness. Because really, Satan is their father. All right, going on.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob,
God.
and he will teach us of his ways.
Right. So, and that's another thing. You don't see a multitude or a bulk of nations going up to Israel to go learn of the Lord's ways, because they ain't teaching anything over there. Going on.
Yeah, they got the yeshivas, they got the schools. I could go on YouTube right now and type in a shul in Israel, you know, or even in the area, man. I drive past it. You know, brother knows the area as well. You know the area. You drive through the areas. Who is it going up into their schools? Them. Where's the nations?
Nowhere to be found.
Where's the Elamites going up into the yeshivas? Where's the Moabites going up into the yeshivas? All right. Where's us going up? We ain't going to you. It's only your own people going up in your schools, man. So that alone shows the students you teach in your schools shows that you ain't the Israelites, man. Because your students should be other nations.
Come.
All right, continuing on, it says, and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways,
right,
and we will walk in his paths.
Exactly. So that's really what should be seen right now, and we should be walking in their paths. Probably just agents, man. You know, with these dogs, man, looking like regular folk.
Sound like Amalek as well.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just the thing. Like the thing of it is, pretty much what would be going on is we would be living to the standard of them. But that's not going on. What's going on is you got various different religions of various people around the world, and these kind of sort of things. That's what we're seeing. But in our world, in the kingdom, as this is prophesying, that there's going to be what? One doctrine under the face of the earth, and that's going to be the doctrine of Yahweh through his son Yahweh. You know, you're not going to have a variance of different classes of men within one society, like you have this party and that party. Nah, you ain't going to have all of that, because the thing of it is our kingdom is going to be straightly simple. No confusion in it. Go on, brother.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Right.
and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right, and they have the Torah, they have the law and everything, which is obviously the Torah. They got all of that. They got the schools, they got the whole shebang. They got the financing, they got they run the televisions, and all of this stuff. So it's so easy that they could do this, but they're not doing this. Once again, proving that they're not the people. So who are the people? We are the people, and we fit the bill so very well better because the real people will be out of the line. They will be in the line that would say to them that they're not the people. So as a matter of fact, if they were the people, okay, let's even put it this way. Why is it that now they're recognized as the people of the Lord? When, according to Hosea, the 11th chapter, they wouldn't be recognized as the people of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing. And the reason why they can pull the wool over everybody else's eyes, because a lot of people don't know the scriptures.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know the truth in entirety. But I will say this, though, is that you do have some people that, I'm not going to say some people, but you do have a reasonable amount of people, right? More than some people that can kind of come with the understanding that they're not the people whatsoever. But they just don't know the precepts. That's all it is. But we know the precepts. So we know the precepts, we know the prophecies and everything. And they don't live up to the style of the prophecies of the Israelites.
And then another
Go on, brother.
thing to back up the elder is right.
Mhm.
They say, well, they're the people. You ask them what tribe they're from. It's always Yehudi
Yeah.
or Levi.
Yep.
Or what about the other tribes?
Mm-hmm.
What about Zebulun? What about Gad? What about Reuben? What about Benjamin?
Mm-hmm.
What about Issachar? You know, is it? Oh, where the J word? I can't say it.
Go.
We're just them. Okay, what tribe are you from? Yehudi or Levi? Well, there's more than Judah and Levi, man.
Huh.
You know, the scriptures speak about the two sticks.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Ezekiel 37.
37, yep.
You don't fulfill that. That's the circle hole and the square block.
Mm-hmm.
No
Doesn't
matter which
fit.
way you try and put it, it ain't gonna fit, man.
Yeah, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, man. You can't force a particular puzzle with this puzzle if it shouldn't fit, man. And they're just not fitting with the program of the Lord being the Israelites. It don't make any damn sense. Go
No,
on, man.
because in New York, in Times Square, there's a whole heap of uprising, protesting, taking place. I don't know about in central London.
No, there is.
Central London.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to walk. That's why I got here late.
Yeah, so I was suspecting maybe yesterday,
Mhm.
maybe it might have been difficult me getting through central London. But no, definitely. Now you mentioned central London, Times Square over in New York. There are people saying that they don't want to speak against bombings of the little children, but they're saying it indirectly that they shouldn't be there.
Come.
They're saying it.
Yep.
In an indirect way, according to the survey when they was interviewing people.
Mm.
Brothers are going to get into it. You see brothers are doing videos already on it. You know
Yeah.
how people are not really down with what's going on.
And
It's
you
them
know it
being
too?
over there.
And you know it too as well. Even them Amalekites is over there. They're not even down with what happened because even they kind of know. A lot of people are waking up down there, realizing that shit was an inside situation.
Right.
You know. So I mean, it's like I just did a little brief video on it. How they have the this thing called the Iron Dome, right? And they were saying that basically, the HAMAS group said, right? I could just say Hamas. They said Hamas, was shooting missiles over there. But how could that be the case if they got the Iron Dome? You know what I mean? It's unpenetrable. A lot of the times you can't penetrate that. So how could they have done that? So in order for that amount of people to have died in it like that, somebody from the inside must have already threw explosives at the people. Okay? Or they probably paid certain people off to do the damn thing, and that's just how it happened. All right? And another thing too, that place is the most safest place on the entire planet. So again, I say, that must have been an inside situation. It was an inside situation. All right? That's what a lot of people are coming to the conclusion. Go on, brother. I know I gotta be kind of careful on how I'm saying it, but it is what it is. Go on, brother.
Right. Continuing on, Isaiah 2 and verse 5. No. Verse 4.
Mhm.
And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people.
Come.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares
Yeah.
and their spears into pruning hook.
Right, and their spears into pruning hooks, meaning that you're going to have nations that are going to be under the Israelites in that land, serving slavery. And then also what that means is that the nations will not learn war anymore. So there's going to be peace. I tell you what, bro, give me Isaiah, what is it, 60 and verse 12. Something like that. Go on, bro.
And it says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation,
Yeah.
neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right, neither shall they learn war anymore. So there's not going to be no war. Oh, yeah, we got this issue with Syria. Well, we got this issue with Iran and Russia and the likes. We're not going to be hearing anything which associates with war. But how come we're hearing so much more of this stuff? Because we're in the end times of the Edomites ruling. That's the absolute truth. They're not the people of the Bible. All right? They never was and they never will. No matter how much they try to fit themselves to be the case. It's never going to be the case. Like you said, brother, they're basically trying to fit in that circle. It's not going to work. Go on, brother.
Yeah, Isaiah 60 and verse 12 says, for the nations and the kingdoms that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
You know, go down to verse 14. Let's see what 14 is saying. It's a lot more.
Yeah. 14.
Yeah, there's a verse where it says, there will be no violence heard in thy dwelling. Yeah, read that.
Yeah,
If you
40
can
says,
find
the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending. No, that won't be it. It might be
15. Try 15.
whereof they have forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, and I will make thee an external excellency and a joy of many nations.
Verse 18.
It's 18.
Jump down to 18.
Okay.
Right. Verse 18
The water, brother.
says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders.
Right, and that goes right along with what you just read. It's only going to be peace. So no violence will be heard in thy dwelling. So why are we witnessing violence each and every time that we get when we look at the news in the land? You see, so this is the thing. So again, they can convince the world all day, every day, on a massive scale that they're the people. But according to reality, they're not the people. They're not the people of the Most High, right? And the thing of it is, it kind of comes under this idea of them trying to trick the Most High. You can't trick the Most High. You can't, you know, and what they also do too, you know, as the scripture says that they would do, they would what? Pray. They would pray ill upon us towards our power, and then, you know, and then while they're doing all of this stuff and got us going off in the means too, at the same time they're playing as though they're us. You can't, come on, man, like the Most High created your goddamn asses. So you can't trick the Most High when the Most High put the spirit in you to do what you're doing in the first place, and the story was already written of what you was going to do here on this earth. Go on, bro, you got something.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Yeah.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of
Yeah,
the way.
the mystery of iniquity is already in the workings, meaning that basically it's going to be revealed. Well, I think as you when you read up a couple of verses, it says a falling away will come first.
Yep.
Right? So the falling away came when we was conquered by the Romans and all of that stuff. And as we fast forward now this devil is being revealed for the satanic works that he does undercover. Okay? And much more of that is being revealed. So the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. All right? And that was written 2,000 years ago. All right? So the thing of it is, again, they're not the people. They're not the people. And do you know how many Sodomites that is over there too, man? They have a city called you know, as you have Tel Aviv. It's known as Pink City. Right? So the thing of it is, man, it's official that they're not the people. Because if they were the people in spirit like we are, none of that shit be going on.
Yeah.
None of that crap would be going on. You better believe you me. All right, go on, brother.
Yep. This is verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah, and that's by the behest of our elders that came with the scriptures that the Lord revealed all of these things to them, and that's how they got revealed. All right. So we know them to be what the Bible says that they are, not what the lie that they convey to the masses, but according to the reality that stands, that they're the Edomites, and that they're the ones would be in these latter times working iniquity by the abundance. Go on.
But they've got David, right? But who's Elijah? Because the prophecy says that Elijah will come back to his people.
Come.
So amongst you, who's Elijah then?
Right. Whatever it is.
Question mark. They don't know what's going on, man.
God.
Answer that. If you got a David, okay, well, fine. Who's Elijah?
I mean, well,
You ain't got the answers, man.
but that's it. You know, they don't have the answers because they haven't really looked into the book correctly. They was rushing it and trying to make everything, try to package everything the way that they wanted to package it. But they still couldn't do it right, man.
Yeah.
You know? Go on, bro.
It continues on to say, and
I tell you, I don't mean to cut you, bro. And I'll tell you the truth, man. Like, we ain't mad about what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Fuck them niggas.
Yeah, fuck them, man. You laughing, man.
Yeah. Go on, bro.
Incorrect.
finishing up verse 8, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming, man. So the Lord is going to reveal this devil by his prophets. And then once he's been revealed, then he's about to be destroyed. Ooh. So side after side after side, it's all going to lead to that point of his no return.
Mm-hmm.
And we're leading to that point. And that's why he's going haywire with these sires, man. Go on, brother. And then also, you know what I'm thinking too? The reason why they did that bullshit that they did in that land, because basically what they're trying to also do, and this is just my personal perspective, what they're trying to do is they're trying to regain the favor, because the favor of damn, my mind ain't really with it today. Let me calm the hell down. So anyway, my take on this, right? The reason why they did that side that they did over there, because what they want to do is they want to try to regain the favor of the people, of loving them again, because a lot of people don't love them, a lot of people ain't backing them, and all of this extra stuff. A lot of people are against them. You know, people have been against them to a degree, but much more now so. All right, because in order for them to rule, they gotta have the people's favor behind them. So let's carry out some chaos so that people can feel sorry about these folks again. But again, all of that's basically, it's all bullshit, because people know about what the powers that be all around across the board do anyway with these signs. That's already out. Like you just read, brother, the mystery of iniquity do have already worked, and it's been revealed. Go on, brother.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Right.
O daughter of the Chaldees.
Okay.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right.
Take millstone and grind mill.
Uncover
thy locks.
Right. So that's what we're doing, and it's heavy because somebody called us great millstone, beginning with the Apostle Tahar have mentioned by somebody I think it was outside the camp that actually called us that, or it could have been a brother. You know, I don't really remember, quite frankly. You know, but the thing of it is, somebody else gave us that name. So what we're doing is we're uncovering what? We're uncovering their secrets. We've been the main ones to uncover their secrets. And now the world now understands and see what the hell is going on. Now you've had whistleblower after whistleblower that have written books and all of that. But the real secrets, the most important secrets has been revealed by the prophets. Go on, brother.
Make bare the leg.
Right.
Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers.
Right. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Which back in the ancient world, you know, women were very, very private, as they should, you know, with their body. But nowadays that don't apply. Women are showing their ass. Women are showing, you know, their vaginas all over the place. Even in this cold going weather. Go on, brother.
It was seen as an embarrassment for certain parts of your body to be exposed.
Yeah.
So when it says make bare the leg, it's saying embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
As if you're out there walking naked, man.
Yeah.
So, but as the elder said, from the elder apostles on down, exposing this guy, man. Even their teachers as well. You know, we're showing the filth of this devil, man. And that's why they hate us, because we're showing their dirty laundry, as it were, man. Make bare the leg.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's just the thing. We're uncovering what the things that they've been getting up to, man.
Because as the elder said, right, they're doing this little bullshit psyops so that they can regain favor and love.
Mhm.
But through the prophecies, we're showing why they should be put down and hated.
God,
You know.
that's it. Absolutely, well put. So I mean, that's basically the bottom line of it, man. If you can, brother, continue on if you got some more.
That was in Isaiah 47,
Mhm.
and it says, yeah, come. And verse 3,
Mhm.
thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Right.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right. So
I will take vengeance,
Yep.
and I will not meet thee as a man.
and I will not meet him as a man. So the Lord now is going to come as an angelic force to meet him. So this is just leading up to this point. That's all this is. You know, we're revealing this devil time in and time out, and then at the same time, you know, they're basically doing the shit that they're doing, and they think that people are, you know, are not as sophisticated, you know, as they used to be, because back in the 20th century, people only had what? TVs to go to for the information. We live in a different age and time where you got the internet. Okay, you got people speaking about certain things, bringing information to the forefront, right? And you know, a lot of people got egos and want to be seen on social media, right? So people, you know, people pull out information, they read books, and they bring it out on the YouTube, what have you, and it just comes out that this is the reality of why this happened, and that's why this nigga Klaus Schwab, he's saying that look, eventually, sometime or another, what he wants to do is to arrest those that are establishing alternative media outlets, because a lot of people are watching these social media outlets, and they're getting to thinking that the mainstream media is lying to us, which people kind of been knew for quite some time, but more so now than ever, people are swaying to the other side. If you watch Sky News, BBC News, they got low view counts, man.
Yeah.
You got certain brothers that's doing videos and got more views than they asses. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, ain't nobody watching no BBs taking these niggas seriously. You know? Yeah. So I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, man, these niggas are being revealed, man. That's just the point of it. You know, go on, bro. You got something.
This is Jeremiah 49:10.
Yeah.
But I have made Esau bare.
Yeah.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Yeah, we know about the Bohemian Grove station in Sonoma County, Georgia. You know, the cremation of a kid. We know about the blood sacrifice that they do and shit. You know, we know about the pedophilia, which is basically done, you know, also in secret. You know, all of the grudgy filth that these levels get into doing. And we also very well know too that you know, there's a secret agenda to keep us down and out, and as well as, you know, eliminate us if possible. We know everything. Let's just say we know everything about this devil that we didn't know back in the 70s and the 90s. Go on, brother. So they've been made bad, man. Go on.
It says, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Mm-hmm.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
and he is not.
Right, and he is not. But he will be spoiled. Oh, yes. But quite certainly, he will be spoiled. All right? He's going to be destroyed. He's going to be taken out of power. And he's going to be put in captivity. That's the end all be all of all of this. Shalom, my brother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want to get into a particular topic. And if you got something to say, brother, what do you think?
Let me just finish on this Isaiah 47.
Huh.
And it says in verse 3 again, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Mm-hmm.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, and it says, and thy shame shall be seen. Now, doesn't it also say in the book of Psalms, right, that even as well as their own tongue shall fall upon themselves.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, you had whistleblower of the whistleblower, didn't you?
Yeah.
And now this devil has been fully revealed and exposed. But primarily, first the prophets, the elders that came before us. Go on.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name,
Right, which is Yahweh Shah. Go on.
the Holy One of Israel.
Mm-hmm. And as well as I have to bring this to the next too, they don't even believe in the Messiah. It says that the Israelites will believe in the Messiah. So what's up with that? And then you got those Christian guys, those old American Christian dudes that went over there, and they got their ass told where to go. All right, they had them waiting in the airport, So I mean, like, what does vocab alone think about that? You know, his Christian brothers went over to the land, right? And them niggas was basically told to fall back.
Yeah.
Turn around, actually no, do more than fall back. Turn your ass around and get out of Dodge, man.
Them man never made it past immigration. They never made it past immigration over there in Israel.
God,
but then
dog.
that's the people. Why don't Vocab mention that? Man?
Mm-hmm.
See, Vocab, he's a fucking agent, man.
Mhm.
I get pissed off when I laugh at him, but he's annoying because that dude, yeah,
That balloon-faced
that
motherfucker.
fucking idiot. It's so evidently clear, man. He's set up on an agenda.
Mhm.
They can do something, right? And it's fine. I won't comment on that.
Mhm.
But then we say, oh no, the Black Hebrew Israelism,
God.
the BHIs, all that crap. But then when you check what they're doing, if you're such an apologist, why don't you go talk about them?
Right.
It shows you that he picks and chooses
Mhm.
because he's been set up to demonize us
God.
and really push that Christian, which really is that cryptic Judaism.
Yeah.
I believe he's a small hat, man.
No, that's been revealed, brother.
He's
That's
a small
been
hat.
revealed. Yeah, no, he's an Amalekite.
He's an Amalekite, man.
Yeah.
He's hiding behind Christianity, the whole Jesus Christ thing, but
Mhm.
really he's pushing the Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's pushing their thing.
Yeah, he's pushing that.
The Udi, man. You can call it that now. He's pushing the Udi, man. You know?
Shit, man.
He's a fucking agent, man.
Right.
And as the elder said, they don't. The Israelites would believe in the Messiah. When you watch these, I've done it before. You watch these small hat teachings and stuff.
Mhm.
They say, oh, the JC people, they believe in JC,
Right.
talking about Jesus Christ.
Right.
They rub Jesus Christ into the mud.
Right.
You know, which shows you that obviously that's not his name, but that shows you that they don't believe that the history, because even secular history proves that the Lord was on the scene.
God.
So when he came on the scene, they don't believe it, man. So they're still waiting for the first return of the Messiah,
Mhm.
not understanding that when the Messiah returns, that's his second return,
God.
and it's to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start saying it like we used to be like that, and we kind of died down and
Yeah,
got
yeah,
more
yeah.
diplomatic. But now, fuck it, we're at the end, man. Yahushua is coming back to kill you, fucking Amalekites, man.
Yeah.
End the story, man.
That's the bottom line.
The Lord is gonna kill you, niggas, man.
Mhm.
Fuck you. You're the new niggas. That's why things are going wrong for you.
Mhm.
If you notice, yeah, we're still in hell. I did a video on it. We're still in hell, but we're kind of, you know, like we're coming out of hell, man.
Yeah.
And hell's getting put on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
You're the new nigga, and Yahushua is coming to kill you fucking small hats, man.
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you kind of remind me of a precept now, man. It's in what is it, Deuteronomy 30:7. Someone pull that out. Because now they're starting to get them curses on them now. You should, what is it? Moses told us that one day,
Yeah.
all of the curses that was put upon you shall be poured on your enemies. And this is just the beginning stages. And we found out, one of the brothers brought it out in picture. How you had, I think it was a video too, by the way. That was a video where you had these, these Amalekite babies strapped in a cage like an animal. They had them babies in the cage like animals, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, usually the average person will look at that and be upset. But man, I fuck them niggas, man.
I've got a precept. I'm
Go on,
sure.
bro.
I don't know if it's been brought out already, but
No,
Exodus
go on.
17 verse 16 says,
Mhm.
For he said, because Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek
Right.
from generation to generation.
Yeah, we kind of brought that out. Yeah, but that's all right. Yeah, so the thing of it is, listen, man, Esau, there's really no getting off, trying to get off from judgment, bro. You could pretend and act like you're the people, to escape whatever it is, the wrongs that you've done. But look, man, the Lord already got your number. The Lord actually got everything about you, man. He already written down whatever you was going to do before you even done it. You Amalekites, you so-called JOOs, man, you cryptic JOOs as well. Guess what, man? You guys are just going to go into slavery. How about that? Y'all are going to get involved in this nuclear war, or you're going to start the nuclear war, beginning with the bankers, the central bankers. And guess what? Do all of that, you going right into slavery. I can't really put it any other way. And then y'all going to try to, dive into them bunkers, right? But guess what? You're going to be, you're going to survive. You're going to be stored in them bunkers just so we can raise your ass out of them bunkers and put you in our pits. So keep on keeping on with them psychological operations, man. We just cooler in the cut. Yeah, some of us are passionate.
Yeah.
May appear to be angry, but we cooling, man.
Yeah.
We good. Yeah, we chilling, man. Go on, brother.
You called for Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7.
Absolutely.
It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies
Come.
and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, and it's happening gradually.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't just throwing them curses, taking them curses away from us and just literally throwing every aspect of the curses upon them.
Right.
He's doing it gradually,
Yeah.
time in and time out. Go on, brother. And you know what, too? Every time I see these small hats walking around, they got their head down like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Looking like they've already been defeated. Lift up your head, bro. This is your society, man. Pluck up your head. What the fuck you doing that for, man?
How can they lift up their heads though? Because their redemption doesn't draw nigh. So how can they lift up their heads?
Oh yeah, right. But what you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like walk up.
A bit of confidence.
Yeah. Like you got these guys walking around like this.
Looking like Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. Come on, man. Go
But
on,
really,
bro.
they're coming in the spirit of their forefather Cain, which it says here in Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
That's heavy, because guess what? You know what? When he actually made that statement, he was pretty much prophesying about something else that he won't be able to do. That's that undying destruction that's coming, man, upon his ass. The nuclear destruction is gonna totally destroy what you know about the civilization. And they're gonna be behind that shit. Right? They're gonna be behind their own destruction. So I say let's keep the party going, man. Let's keep the protesting going, keep the psychological operations going. And we just gonna sit back and
Prophesy.
and just keep preaching, baby.
Yeah, man.
Go on, brother.
I've got one for you, Elder. Malachi 1 and from the top says, and the burden of the word of the Lord is Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Right, go on.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. And I have hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So when the kingdom of heaven is established and we're in the rulerships, we're gonna show our hatred against these devils, because they're gonna go from one great destruction to another great destruction. And the other form of great destruction is that we're going to be the ones destroying them when we get into the palace. When we have the hands to do it, we're going to do it. All right. Now, if you can give me what is it? Man, I think it's in Luke 16 about Lazarus and the rich man. There's going to be a changing of positions. We're going to go from being the poor ones to being the ones that are going to excel, and the ones that are rich now, they're gonna be the base, and we gonna do more than put hands on them. Go on, brother.
We're gonna go from underdogs to overlords.
Absolutely. That's the better put that. Basically.
Right, so this is Luke 16, starting at verse 19. There was a certain rich man that was clothed in purple and fine linen and fed sumptuously every day.
Yeah.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores.
Right, which is the curses. That's what we represent. We represent the poor man that was laden with sores at the gate. Go on.
And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Right, that's why you got a lot of our people that have joined forces with Amalek through these these music companies to get put on, so they can get out the projects. You know what I mean? And then also you got the ones of our people that's out here hustling, trying to get, go to school, get these damn good ass jobs. So this is Jake begging for the little crumbs, just so that they can survive out here, live a decent lifestyle. Go on.
And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Yeah.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Yeah, that's them other nations. They set up storefronts and they add more insult into injury concerning our economic problems. All right? Because usually what you should have, whenever you have a bulk of a nation there, it really should be that same nation propelling these different storefronts. But meanwhile, what you have among Jake, you have these Elamites, you have these Moabites that set up storefronts, and basically Jake will spend money and put money in their pockets while they live out in different decent areas. They don't live in them areas where you live at. The minute they get done with their business, They step outside of the projects and they live in nice areas, man. Go on, brother.
And it came to pass that the beggar died.
All is well. Go on.
And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Go.
And the rich man died also and was buried.
Go. Yeah, the rich man died also and was buried. Read that again.
Right? Verse 22. Luke 17:22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Go on.
The rich man also died and was buried.
Right, go on.
And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing.
Meaning he's awakened to a very bad nightmare. Just like we're living in a bad nightmare, they're gonna wake up to a bad nightmare. That bad nightmare is going to be consisting of us putting that drama to them. The kind of drama that no human being has ever suffered before. You know? Go on.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
Yeah.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip into his finger in water, and cool my tongue.
Please, can you lighten this house? Can you lay off me just a little? We're not gonna lay off. We're gonna go hardcore on you. The minute we start to see you cry, we're gonna go even harder. All right? Go on. Charge. And we know about King David, how he hated the Edomites. So he hated them. So what do you think is going to be going on? Man, they're going to get bent the fuck up, man. We're going to bring them from limb to limb. We might even use things I'm not going to talk about. Right? Let's just say we're going to have the power to fuck them up.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
They're living in all of the luxuries. They have all that heart. They have as far as the they got all the and they get to dictate these different various channels that the world can only but watch. They got all the power and the control, right? And this time, go on.
And beside this, between us, there is a great gulf fixed,
Right.
so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence.
Yeah.
And he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come unto this place of torment.
Right.
And Abraham saith unto him, They have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them.
Right.
And he said, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them,
Right. Yeah, so the thing of it is, guess what, man? Like even if they try to repent, they wouldn't be able to do that correctly because it goes all the way back to oh, he messed up. Which Abel is nothing more than Esau in the reincarnation.
no, Cain is.
Excuse me, Cain, thank you. Yeah, Cain is basically their great forefather, which is them back again, coming back as Esau. So what was being said there? They got what? They got Moses and the prophets, right? Let them go to them. Which they're not gonna go to them. They're not gonna do it because it's not in their heart. As it is also written that the Most High is not in all of their thoughts. So they're not gonna uphold the law and the prophets. They got the law and the prophets in the land right now. They're doing a very terrible job. And just like the brother said, that's all right. And just like the brother said, man, you know, they really worship the Talmud instead. They don't worship the Talmud. They say that they're the people, but in all reality, within their council, they really worship they only, they more predominantly pursue the Talmud instead. It's their Satan. That's why them niggas were all black. Which goes back to Samson. Go on, bro.
Yeah, so reading on it says, verse 27, then he said, I pray thee, therefore, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them,
Right.
lest they also come unto this place of torment.
Right.
And Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses, and they have the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them
Right,
of the
no
dead,
Father Abraham. One went to the dead. Go on. There's no any other way to go.
it says, the dead, they will repent. He said unto them, if they hear not Moses, neither will they be persuaded through one that was raised from the dead.
Right, exactly. So if they're not going to be hearing the words of the prophets, hearing the words of Moses and the prophets, then it's really pointless. So the Lord already got them jacked up. The game is rigged. This whole entire existence of life is all rigged. It looks like right now as it stands, we want to lose an end, but that's just only temporary. Yeah, but when we start to really see them go towards the losing end, now it's starting to really look, upsetting to them, and it's things are looking badly to us. All right, it's simple term. It's looking good for us, you know. So that's just the whole thing, man. Esau is sanctioned to basically meet his demise and stay in his demise.
If I may say, Elder, this is an interesting situation because Jacob's been catching hell since day dot, right?
Mhm.
So we're used to living in hell. It's become, we're accustomed to it.
Yeah.
We kind of thrive in hell. But Esau can't handle adversity.
Yeah.
Case in point, look at the lockdown. You had fucking students committing suicide. You know, Edomites killing their wives and their dog and their children, bugging out just because they're in some fucking lockdown situations. Well, Jake's been living under them lockdown conditions without it being explicitly said.
Yeah.
Because we're in like financial lockdown. There's certain places we can't go. We don't have the money to travel certain places or to do certain things. So we're used to living in hell. And now that the script's being flipped and it's falling upon the Edomites, they can't take it.
Yeah.
They're weak. They haven't got the characteristics of survival. Although you get them acting like, yeah, we go in nature and we climb Mount Everest, they're not really survivors, man. As soon as any adversity comes, they're ready to off themselves.
You know what I mean? It's the fact that they've been living in luxury all too long. That's all. So now when it comes time to fight, that's why these niggas have already fought they go. You know what I mean? Like you would think, okay, after all this corruption that they've done, they would have a backbone, some kind of fire in their heart to fight. They looking for niggas to get behind. Like, bro, like, why do I need to get behind you? You fight your fight, bro.
Yeah.
It's an in-house situation. You know what I mean? Like facts, man. Yeah, so whoever got the priest, this is more of a freestyle, man. We just going in the spirit. Yeah, let me think, man. What else can we get
I got one.
going on?
This is Lamentations 4 and verse 21.
Yeah.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
Yeah.
that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Right, that brothers in the land. Like these guys, like I was mentioning earlier before about these Amalekites, they looking all defeated and shit. Just enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy while it lasts, because as well as these devils know everything. It says that thou art wiser than Daniel. They know they're in the end. So if you in the end, spend all of the money, man. All of the little money that you got in your account, just spend all of it. Because when it's all said and done, when the fun and games stop, then how it's gonna be pursued to you, man. Go on.
It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself
Yeah,
naked.
so they're gonna drink that cup. The cup of the curses, people. That's what they're gonna do. So all of this stuff that we had to do for the past 400 or 500 years, being under this devil, they're gonna have to go through it now. So they might as well just enjoy it while it lasts. Go on, brother.
Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished,
Come on.
O daughter of Zion.
Right, O daughter of Zion. So what you just read right there speaks to right now. It speaks to right now. Go on.
It says he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity.
As it's also written, the affliction will not rise the second time.
O,
Go on.
O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
Right, O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. So now, as we're going in time, we're leading to that point of transition into the point where their sins are going to be discovered. All of the sins that they've done in their youth. It's all going to be paid for. They're going to have to pay the pipe now. All right? We're in the beginning stages. He's still getting his house from the sides. And I mean, even though we're still under pressure financially, under the curses, guess what? We're actually having a good time watching all of this shit go down. Shit.
It's been a great week.
Go on, brother.
It's been a great week for prophecy, man. Seeing the Amalekites go at it.
Mm-hmm.
They've been fronting and stunting for too long, but they're the key.
Yeah. Now, fronting and stunting is fading away, baby. Going on.
Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
How do we know this? How do we know that our salvation is nearer than when we believe? Because we're seeing all of these cataclysmic events, you know, one by one, and then we're also just to put this out there too, brothers. We have an ongoing eclipse that's happening in America today. A solar, what is it? If I'm correct, a solar eclipse. Yeah, solar eclipse.
Isn't there a new moon tonight as well?
It's also the new moon. Yeah. So yeah. So also
Signs in heaven.
signs in heaven. Just like it reads in Luke, what is it, 21? If you can't rub up for sure, try your best, because I know it's cold, man. Yeah. That's right. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Right, this is Luke 21, starting at verse 10. And then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, which is what we're seeing.
Yep.
And great earthquakes, we've also seen those,
That's right.
shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, seen those,
Yep.
and fearful sights and great signs there shall be from heaven.
Right, and great signs shall there be from heaven. So we're seeing a plethora of what they call AUPs, UFOs, and we're seeing red moons, as the scriptures,
moons, yeah.
blood moons, as the scriptures calls it that, right? And we're seeing what? Solar eclipses. So these are all the signs to indicate that we are here. We are basically here to almost about to bear witness to the Lord's return, the Lord's grandiose return, and our glory. All right? Because before we are glorified, our Father has to be glorified in heaven by sending His Son back down here. All right? And the lead up to all of that is going to be that we're going to see, as I've said, after cataclysmic event. So many of these things we're going to see. Okay? And it's just getting nice out here. It's awesome, man. Go on, brother. I'm excited. And I feel more alive than I've ever felt before. By the way, go on.
Like they say when someone's in the water and they're bleeding, a shark can smell the blood.
Go on.
We're like them sharks. We can
Yeah.
smell the blood in the water because Esau's about to get his blood shed by Yahushua. So, but before these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you and deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's
Yeah,
sake.
and that happened to the men in the New Testament. You know, the disciples, and they were all persecuted. So the same thing's gonna happen again. And you know what too? It's really gonna start to really get real hellish when Donald J. Trump step into office. When he step into office, okay, yeah, pass me that, brother. Okay, it's starting to get rainy again. Yeah, when Donald J. Trump steps back into office, remember he said that he's gonna bring what? The giving team back, right? So we just have to wait and see. It's 2024, man. Once he gets in there, I think it's gonna be a blast, man. Because you got Joe Biden. I mean, I thought Joe Biden was gonna do the mess, but obviously he didn't.
It's falling apart, it seems.
Yeah, he's too old to really, bring that enforcement. So Jay Trump is gonna have to do that. So yeah, go on, read it again, brother.
But before these, Luke 21:12, but before these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up into the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Yeah, the scripture says that we shall enter into the gates of the nobles, which that's kind of happening already right now because they watch our videos and everything. But we're gonna be singing among top men in this society, though. Eventually.
They're probably sitting there watching us right now.
Yeah.
Or other camps around the world.
Yeah.
Imagine that. They're sitting there cursing at the fucking screen. These damn prophets. Even Donald Trump called us what? The perennial prophets of doom.
Gotta space out just a little bit. Yeah, that's it right there. I got the space. Yeah. So I mean, the thing of it is, they are gonna seek to persecute the prophets. They will do that. But guess what? We don't really give two shits about that, man. Because our life is in Yahweh Shai. We gonna get ours. Hey, bro, you can bring that precept out, right? That you brought because we
Yesterday,
going live.
yeah.
That's a heavy precept. Shalom, my brother.
Yeah, Colossians chapter 3, verse 4. I'll start from verse 3. Colossians 3:3. For you are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh Shai
Exactly.
in the Father.
Right, yeah. What is it? It says you are dead and your life is hidden in the Heavenly Father. Go on.
When Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall he also appear with him in glory.
Right, and then shall we also appear in him in glory. So we're already dead already. We're dead to the world, aren't we?
Yep.
So what does it matter if they physically put us to death? What does it matter? Because we're not living anyway. We're living, a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. We're just existing the water, brother. That's all it is. That's the basis of this life that we're experiencing. We're just existing as Israelites with all of this energy that we got, all of this skill and mental ability that we got, and we're not able to spread our wings. So we're already dead as we're living any doggone way.
Yep.
But the bottom line is that Yahweh Shai has us, man. We good. Okay? If we're dead to this world, we're alive in Yahweh Shai. So even if they do kill us, guess what? We're going to be resurrected again. As it says, they that died in Yahweh Shai shall be risen first. So yeah, it's going to be bad physically, but in the very end, we're going to receive the glory.
Precept.
And it's only for one to believe. Go on, brother.
Just to back up your point, because you said we're dead here. This is Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Yeah. Go on, brother. You
Yeah.
want to break that down?
Khan, so we're entering into the time where we're no longer going to be the homeborn slaves. We're going to be the rulers, and the script's going to be flipped on our enemies, and they're going to be the slaves, starting with chiefly with the house of Esau. But all the other nations are going to have to taste of that cup of slavery, because they've all had a part in our downfall, which pertains to what Psalms 83. The nations conspired against us to take the name of Israel out of remembrance. Well, guess what, man? It's like I don't know if any of you have ever seen a film, right, where there's some bad guy, right? He's doing all this bad shit. He gets hit in the head or something. He catches amnesia, and he's like a nice guy all of a sudden. You think, oh yeah, he's changed. He's a nice guy now. But then eventually his memory starts to come back, and he starts acting like a demon again. A great example of that would be the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, if any of you are familiar with that. But we had that amnesia because the Most High wounded us with that wound to where we'd forget who we even were. And our enemies were rejoicing at that. But now our memory is being brought back. We're remembering who we are, which is pretty much Revelation the 11th chapter goes into, how those two prophets stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Oh.
So those two prophets would be representative of the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel, rising back up again, which again ties to Ezekiel 37, Valley of Dry Bones. We're rising up and we're standing on our feet, and you can see that's even prophecy in itself. When you go on the YouTube and you see all these camps all around the world, you know, all throughout Babylon the Great, you know, in all these other countries, that's the fulfillment of Revelation 11. We're standing up on our feet, and now these other nations are scared, especially their rulers.
Yeah.
See, the regular people, they just think, oh, well, these are just some guys standing in the park, touching Bibles with strange garments on. They don't understand the significance of what they're seeing. What they're really seeing is prophecy in action. And it's funny because I was up by Oxford Street yesterday, and I was by the original, one of the early spots where the main camp used to be. And every time I go up there, that place it feels worse and worse. It gets more airy. And I was looking at the shops in the vicinity, and a lot of them shops aren't even there anymore. Like, for example, Topshop don't even exist anymore. The Gap's gone. You know, back in 2016, 17, it would be unfathomable to think, oh, those shops will never go out of business. But we're seeing it, man. Esau's society is being brought down, while at the same time, the elected of the nation of Israel are on the rise, man. And it's better to be, as the saying goes, he who laughs last, laughs longest.
Yes.
So we suffered first. Esau had his day in the sun. Now the sun's setting on him, and it's beginning to rise on the nation of Israel.
Absolutely.
And his dark day, man, his dark day ain't even begun, man. That's why it's so funny when you see Edomites bugging out and losing it now, because they don't even know what's coming, man. We don't even know what's coming, because the scriptures say, render unto them double. For the cup they have filled, render to them double. Now, a lot of the things about slavery have been hidden from us. Yeah, we might see roots, we might see 12 years of slavery, whatever other film they put out there, but the vast majority of what we experience, we don't know. A lot of those horrors have been hid from us because the Most High had to do that, because they say there's no remembrance of former things. So even though we've been reincarnated, we don't remember a lot of shit. But there was one time when I had a vision, though, a couple of years back, I had a vision, and I was actually in the fields working as a slave, and I was fucking pissed, man. And I was wearing tighty clothes, and I was so angry. And it's like I went into a hut, cause like it was like in a field, and there was like them huts which, you know, it's like cheapest spend out of wood. And I went in there, and there was an old woman sitting on the rocking chair. I was swearing, I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to ever get ahead in this situation? Everything's against me. How am I supposed to win? How am I supposed to win? I can't get out of this situation. And she was knitting a garment, and she was just cool. She was in the rocking chair, and she goes, "Don't worry, the Lord remembers His own, and He takes care of His own." And I understood what she was doing, because she was knitting like old-fashioned style. You don't really see women knitting too much these days. But the garment she was knitting, every loop represented one of the elect. So this big garment was being made, and every loop was a representative of the elect. And she was like, don't worry, the Lord never forgets His own, and He'll take care of us. And that's the vision I had. That was ages ago. And then the vision changed to where I was in the modern day, and I was like lying in the middle of the city, and people were walking all over me. And I was looking up, and I could see all the buildings and everything, and they were literally trampling me, and I could feel them walking on me. And the Lord was basically showing me that all these society has been built off the back of Jake, man. And there's a scripture in the sorry, I'm a bit distracted because it's fire in this. There's a scripture which says, we've laid down our backs so that they may walk over.
Yeah, that's
roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, I had visions about that, and it's just, you know, the point I'm making is that a lot of what we experience in slavery, we don't know. So when it says render unto them double, man, we can't imagine, because in this flesh, there's limitations to how far we'd want to take it. But guess what, man? The Most High is the King of Terrors, and He's going to put His anger in us. So, man, I mean, if Esau thinks that Jake's angry about shit now, he's got no idea what's coming, man.
That's you know what I tell you, the truth. We ain't even really angry. When Ezekiel 25:14 coming, that's when the real anger is going to show.
That's why you gotta let Yahweh get His first, because He is the one that he remembers it all. The scripture says that I have surely seen the affliction of thy people. So Yahweh was in that chariot, and He saw Jake go through everything. So when He came on the earth, like as the Lord and Messiah, he remembered, he remembered what happened to us in ancient Egypt, man. He knew what would happen to us again, you know, enter into Egypt with ships, man. The Lord knows that the art of the thought, the A to the Z of the whole thing, man. Yeah, that's why he's gonna be the anger as the elders. We don't even know anger, man. That's why the Lord said, I will put upon you my indignation. Because even we're the ones that went through it, but our anger's not enough.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be the anger of Yahweh Shai themselves, man. Put upon the elect to properly fuck this Edomite up, man.
Appreciate
You know, too, and it goes back to one thing and one thing only, that vengeance is really the Lord's.
The Lord.
Vengeance is mine, I will repay.
Yeah. Going on.
Yeah, appreciate it, yeah. Zephaniah chapter 3 and 19 says, Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflicted thee. Yeah, that vision that you had. Yeah. Walking upon our backs. And I will save her that halteth and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
And I mean, and to a degree, you know, that's kind of happening because of his word is getting out. Like it reads in Matthew 24, where it reads, when this gospel of the kingdom be taught, then shall the end come.
Yep.
So we are sort of kind of famous to a degree. Plus,
Yeah.
this knowledge went over to the land of Israel. You know, I think it was on the this website called Jerusalem Today News or some shit like that. And they had the face of Abba Bivens in it, as he believed to be Elijah the prophet. Yeah, one brother was going into it, right? And because because this was during the time when Kanye West was speaking about the Israelite thing. You know, so they pulled out what we was teaching and put it on their their outlet basically. You know, so this truth is definitely garnered a lot of attention all around the world. But we're gonna get the real praise when Yahweh Shai makes his second return. He delivers us, and the nations are gonna see all together, you know, that we're the sons of God.
The spirit, you said that, Elder, because Elder Apostle Tahar was mentioning it in a video that his great grandson, that might be him coming back.
Oh yeah,
His great grandson's a small hat.
Well, he looks like a small hat.
Looks like a
He ain't
small
official small
He ain't
hat.
official, but he looks like one, man. He's in the yeshiva, the shul. You got the yarmulke on, you know. But it may be, may not be, but it makes sense, you know, because Rabbi Abba Bivens, he was up there with in the synagogues with them as well. As the history is told to us that there was other guys before him, Jake, that knew they were Israelites, but he's the only one that commandment keeper. But he's the only one that really got into the New Testament and spoke about Yahweh Shai, and the Lord dealt with him according to truth, man. You know.
Yeah.
You're going, bro.
Just to finish off, in 20 of Zephaniah 3, at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gathered you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people. You mentioned that name famous. Well, when you reverse it, it's like being popular for something that, for the wrong reason, for things that people don't like. Infamous. Yeah. So we're infamous for this word. Some people, it's kind of like Marmite. It's only because people are going to resonate to it because when in a positive way when it affects you. But for those that ain't, it's not going to benefit them, like the smaller people, them, it's going to be off-putting to them, obviously. It's not the gospel to them, but it's the gospel to us. Praise among all the people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes.
Yeah. So
Save the Lord.
Yeah, so that's talking about us. My brother, Shalom. You know, so
Yeah.
you're going hit me with that, my brother.
It's Isaiah 63:1, he was talking about the Lord's vengeance. So this is who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yeah, and plus he's going to be the one saving us. So he has to exact vengeance upon his enemies, which troubled his people, and to also deliver us. Go on.
Verse 2 says, Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Yeah, because he's going to be the what is it, the wine presser. He's going to be the wine presser. Excuse me, the great presser to make the wine. Go on.
Verse 3 says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
Yeah, so he's going to come with so much power to really, which really is the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that he's coming with to demonstrate and to, to put fear in the minds and the hearts of men, to acknowledge that there is a higher power. And I'm going to represent for my Father. Go on.
It says, for I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury.
Right.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
And I will stain all of my raiment. So Yahweh Shah is coming to what? Pretty much shed so much blood, which is this is a metaphorical talk. But Yahweh Shah is going to shed so much blood that it's going to be more blood than what David shed, man. If we just put it to you that way. All right? Because we're talking about the Lord coming in an angelic force, an angelic power. We just read it earlier before that the Lord said, I will not meet you as a man. So the Lord is coming with a sort of kind of angelic force or power that no one has ever seen before. All right? And Esau is going to be shitting themselves.
That's right.
Go on, brother. Just finish that.
Verse 4 says, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart,
right,
and the year of my redeemed is come.
And that's the point. That what? Read that again.
For the day of vengeance is in mine
right,
heart.
For the day of vengeance is in his heart. And that's just the point. So yeah, we might be angry, we might be pissed off, and we want to get our lip back. Right? Why not? All of the wrongs that was done to us, we should want to get our lip back. Okay? But Yahweh Shah, like the brother said, Yahweh Shah saw all the affliction of Zion. And he also remembers the affliction he had to undergo. So all of that in combination, he's going to what? Use all of that against Esau. All of that pent-up anger, that energy is going to be dispelled upon Esau.
If I may add to what you're saying, Elder, he that is experienced a lot of pain knows how to inflict even more.
Absolutely.
Through it.
Absolutely.
So Yahweh Shai suffered the worst death known to man. So he's going to, look, man, the way the scriptures say our heart shall meditate terrors.
That's right.
He's been up there for 2 days, which is 2,000 years, meditating terrors, waiting for his chance to come back. He's had the perfect opportunity to think, you know what, man, that guy, and he knows exactly how he's going to get him, and then that guy exactly how he's going to get him. That's why in Revelation it talks about all the kings of the earth shall wail because of him, and even they that pierced him. So imagine that, man, when Yahweh Shai comes back, there's going to be guys who've lived their whole life, not had a care in the world. All of a sudden they see the chariots, and they see the Lord, and they remember, oh shit, I pierced him on the cross. That's going to be the ultimate, like, you done fucked up moment, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's great, man. And it's like, because I see a lot of these guys, I was saying this, I think last week, a lot of these guys, especially of our people now, trying to deny the Lord, man. And, you know, we can't wait to see the look on your faces when Yahweh Shai comes back. And you imagine we're standing there boldly saying that because we believe that.
Oh, yeah. And as it is also written, we have a sure word of prophecy. So it's evident. It's going to happen. All right? There's no ifs or buts about it. We believe in this thing. You know? And that's why we come out here week in and week out, man, to do this work. Because at the end of the day, this is all we live for. Because going back to the point, we simply believe in this thing.
Yep.
There's nothing else to believe. This world is bullshit, man. Everything about this world is bullshit. We don't believe in this crap. All right? We believe in the world to come. So, yeah.
Only a fool. It's like an image to overtalk you, but only a fool would sow into the world now, man. Like when I was on the train, I saw an advert on one of the posters on there, and it had this small child, and it said, "Open minds lead to open doors," and it is basically encouraging the child to go on to higher education or university or whatever. And I thought about that statement. I thought that's bullshit, man. Like an open mind leads to open doors. No, man, an open mind leads to more wickedness, man. Right, for what? An open mind leads to more wickedness, especially in this world, man. Because what do they want your mind to be open to? Everything that's against the Most High in the scriptures.
All Esau's wine, man.
Yeah, they want you to be open to LGBTQ, open to outright rebellion of the Lord, open to eating unclean, unlawful meats, you know, basically breaking all the laws. They want you to be open to that. When really, what's supposed to happen is when we come into this truth, we're supposed to close those doors, shut those windows. don't let the enemy have a way to creep up in you and deceive you by some madness, man. So that's a sign that this world is on its way out, man. This world really has nothing more to offer us, and those of us that have woken up to the truth can clearly see through it. Like, what if the world going to offer us now? This place is about to go up in flames. You got a precept?
Yeah, pertain to the openness related to the advert.
Okay.
This is Matthew 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction,
That's right.
and many there be which go in thereat.
Well, this is the good point. We're entered into that the narrow road. When you come into this truth, it's a very, very straight, narrow path, because when you was in the world, you could put your foot anywhere and it wouldn't matter because you were living in a Gentile state of mind, which is basically that Aleister Crowley doctrine of do as thou will.
Yep.
But when you come into this truth, you become more disciplined. You start to put away certain things and mortify your members. You know, certain things that you could do in the world, you start to feel convicted about in your conscience, refuse to try and do it now. And that's the way you should feel, man. You're not supposed to do some bullshit and then go to bed at night and feel good. No, man, you should be feeling like shit, man. You shouldn't want to be going off. Now, we are going to go off because we're in the flesh. But the point of the matter is that you should know when you're going off and you'd be like, nah, man, I need to fix this. I need to change this. I need to repent and change my ways, because that's when the Most High will deal with you. If you're just doing wickedness and feeling good about it and not giving a damn, then why is the Most High going to deal with you?
That's what we said, isn't it? Because when you're in the world, you're not even thinking that you're going off. You're just doing whatever you want to do. You know, what's his name? Aleister Crowley. That Aleister Crowley spirit. You know, you're doing everything you want to do and not thinking second thoughts about it. That's why niggas are running around selling drugs, doing drugs, committing adultery, stabbing each other up and all that, shooting the place up and all that. They don't give a shit, man, because they don't have the fear of the Lord, man. And let me read this. This is 1 John 2:15. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." So, that the brother was going into, supposed to those worldly things. We're still in the world, man. We still partake of certain things. You know, we're not standing there like we're, 100% holier than thou. And not saying that we're going off, but we still partake in certain things in the world. You know, we go to the cinema. You know what I mean? We watch things on television. We might watch sports and all of that stuff. Listen to some music and all that. But there's a difference, man. You know, there's that worldly spirit of soaking up what the world's offering, which is bullshit.
Well, we're in the world, but we're not of the world. We use the world, but don't abuse the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you've got more than that, because there's more than that, obviously. This is the thing, just because we're prophets, it doesn't mean that when we go home, we're sitting down and meditating for 6 days, just like, in the spirit that we come out every Saturday. No, we've got lives, man. There are things we do. But the truth of the matter is that everything that we do in this world, we see through it. Even like listening to music. You might listen to a song, it's got a nice beat, nice melody and stuff, nice harmony, but the song's about some wickedness. And you can't avoid it anymore, because all the songs have got some wickedness mixed in it, because Esau knows the power of the music, how it can persuade people's minds. Or even just watching a film, you might be watching a film, you're seeing these things going on, but then all of a sudden you'll think to yourself, but none of these characters believe in the Most High. That's the thing I go through a lot of times, because, like, for example, you watch certain films, and you're looking at the situations and the characters, and you're thinking, yeah, but these guys don't believe in the Most High, so everything they're doing is carnal. So my point is that even though we may enjoy certain things, there's always a cap to it in terms of spirituality.
I've got something to say, because you mentioned something about seeing through it, and I watched a film. I went to the cinema with my daughter the other day, and I watched a film called The Creator. So it's funny because this film, I'm going to just spoil it now. This film is about artificial intelligence, right? And what they're doing in this film is trying to get you to have some endearment towards the artificial intelligence in the movie. So really, what they're trying to do is make the AI in the movie the heroes of the movie. So you're looking to them and you're feeling pity for what's happening to them, yeah? The afflictions that they're going through. And it's funny because the morals of it is that, the powers of the earth created something like that, and then you brought morality into it now, because these things are thinking that they're real. So then now you're watching the movie, and I said to my daughter, and I said, that movie's wicked, you know. I said, because what they're trying to do is make you have feelings for the machines, man. You know what I mean? And what are they trying to do for the future? They're trying to engage us in all this transhumanism and you know,
Predictive programming.
Yeah, all this, predictive programming, man. You're supposed to walk out of that thinking, you know, because at the end, you know, the machines win, and you're thinking, right, this. If you're of the world, you're thinking, yeah, that was great. You know, how could they do that to the machines? And it's bullshit, man. You know what I mean?
So-
You're not supposed to have feelings for fucking AI, man.
You know, this is the thing. Esau wants to replace humans with AI. So if he can get you to thinking that the AI are right and the humans are wrong, you'll feel less compassion towards your fellow neighbor when something bad happens to them and they get off in the New World Order. If I may just speak upon this for a second, because this is an interesting point, right? What's that? Fluff? On the topic of this, what Esau's trying to do is basically make people hate people, right? So a lot of this, the agendas that Esau's been pushing has been about deconstructing human and social interactions. So what you've got was like the proliferation of mobile phones. A lot of people are more used to looking at their phone screen than actually looking in someone's face when they're talking to them.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people find it hard to look in people's eyes now.
Yep.
Because they're so, and you even see it when they're walking down the road or they're getting off the bus, they're like this.
Yeah.
And when you're like this, right, you're not really looking at the real world around you. So the point is that Esau has made all of these devices and pushed them in such a way in order to deconstruct human social interactions, because what Esau wants is a world of individuals. He doesn't want communities. Like, let's break this down, right? You have a person can have a family can meet other families, and it can become a community.
Yeah.
When a community works together, you get nations. Esau doesn't want nations to be strong. He wants the nations to be weak. So that's why he does so much to deconstruct the family unit. Now, once he's destroyed the family unit, he wants to destroy people from having even friends. That's why even in a lockdown, what do they say? Oh, you can't socialise with more than 3 people or whatever. Or you got to keep 6 feet and all this bullshit. All these are measures in order to stop people from actually interacting with each other. Another way that he's done it is through feminism. Because by giving all these women's rights, a lot of men now think 3 times, or maybe even 4 times, before even approaching a woman anymore. Because now, Esau's made it a thing like, oh, if you talk to a woman in the street, you're harassing her. That's, what do they call that? If you talk to a woman in the workplace, oh, it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
You know, if they get married now, and the woman wants to leave the man, she can take his ass to the divorce courts, take him to the cleaners. So a lot of men are waking up to this now. So what do they think? You know what, man? I'm not even going to deal with a woman anymore. So what does that bring forth? That brings forth fewer people getting together, which means they're going to have fewer children. Then what Esau's also doing is pushing the LGBTQ thing in the schools. Why is he doing this? Because he doesn't want boys interacting with girls. Because if boys interact with girls, maybe they'll have children. So Esau's now pushing on the children, boys can be with boys and girls can be with girls. And that kind of also ties back into the education thing, where certain schools, like you go to primary school, when you get to secondary school, Esau would do the separation thing where, okay, it's going to be all boys here, all girls there. And what I realized when I was growing up, I didn't go to an all-boys secondary school, I went to a mixed one, so I wasn't like that. But a lot of the boys who went to all-boys schools, what did they end up doing? They get really horny, they get really tusky. As soon as they finish school, they run around and start messing with girls because they've been deprived of that.
Yeah.
But that's human nature, though. Men are supposed to meet wives. You know, that's the natural order of things.
Meet your mates.
But Esau's against the natural order. Even with the animals, man, Esau will pressure you to flipping neuter your pets, man, because he doesn't want the pets proliferating either. He doesn't want life to be. He doesn't want. Yeah.
The natural order of things.
He doesn't want life to exist on Earth without his say-so. That's how maniacal, how much of a megalomaniac this man is. He's a complete devil. Did you have a precept or?
Yeah, just a precept.
Right. Your cow then, didn't you?
Just a precept, yeah, because the Lord is contrary.
Oh, you had one.
Let me
You told
just
me.
finish
You
it.
got
Let me
It's like
finish it.
it's like
It's only once.
It's alright. It's like I forgot.
1 John 2:16, it says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not in the Father, but is of the world." I'll finish it here. It says, "And the world passeth away, right? So all this shit that you see going on around, it's not going to last anyway, man. You know, Esau's pulling out all the stops, man, because he's desperate. But at the end of the day, all this shit's going to be, you know, it's all going to pass away. Yahweh Shai is going to come and clean this place up, the real reset.
And Esau's going to perish like his own dung.
Right, and it says, and the world passeth away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Right, so that's self-explanatory, there's no need to break that down.
Yeah, there's no need to break down. That's contrary to what the Lord said. This is Genesis 1:28. And Yahweh blessed them, and Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply,
That's a good point.
and replenish the earth.
See, that's actually a commandment, to be fruitful and multiply. We are commanded to be fruitful and multiply. But Esau makes that out to be a bad thing in this society. And he puts penalties around certain things. Like, for example, in this society, if you have more than one wife, Esau calls it polygamy. So you'll be punished for that. You know, but Esau does also other things like put financial pressures on people to where even if you do have a child, you're catching hell because of it. Or if you do have 3 children or 4 children, you're catching even more hell. And really, you should actually be able to raise your children and have large families. Because if you look at it, Jake tends to have more children than these Edomites. Like you have Edomite that got a load of money, and they'll have like 1 child. Whereas Jake can have 0 money, not even a pot to piss in, and I'll be having like 5 to 7 children. That because we're naturally fruitful like that. And that ties into why the ancient Pharaoh wanted to kill the Israelite male children. Because in Egypt they were scared, in ancient Egypt I should say, they were scared that Jake would rise up and overtake them. Because we're naturally, look man, what do they say?
Fertile. We're naturally fertile.
But there's something else. Was it is it the cream rises to the top or the oil rises to the top?
The cream rises to the top.
So when you put Jake at the bottom, right, you can't really keep us there because we're made to overcome, man. And that goes back to our forefather Jacob, man. Because what did he do when he wrestled the angel? Did he just be like, oh no, I'm gonna tap out here. It's too hard, man. I can't take it. No, Jacob wrestled the angel until the angel said, he said to the angel, I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. And he said, your name shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel. And what does that name mean in Hebrew? Yasharallah. He is a prince of the power. So how can you take something that's meant to be at the top and put it on the bottom? It's not going to work. You know, you can try and force it down, but guess what? The cream always rises to the top.
No, it's just a little, because you know you talked about being multiplied, right? There's an article that I saw the other day, I think it was on YouTube as well, and in Italy, they've not had no births in 3 months. That's crazy, man. Here it is on reddit.com. Is it true that in Italy, there's been no childbirths in 3 months?
Is it just in one part of Italy or
The whole country.
Wow.
That's all good look, man.
That's in the whole country, and most of them are Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Same with Germany, because of the so-called shame from World War II, all right, which is bullshit, because what they said happened really didn't happen, but we don't want to say too much because, you know, YouTube, their birth rate is so low. That's why they let them Syrians come in there. Remember 10 years ago when they had that flurry of migrants? Yeah, they wanted them for cheap labor, man, all right, because their birth rate is so low, and they're Edomites, man. So that's the Lord really showing you that Esau's world is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And Jacob's is coming, man. In order for our world to come, this world has to be eradicated and destroyed, man. And it starts in the mind. It starts when you come into this truth. You hate this place, and you want to hasten the coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
All right? Because we're just living day by day.
We're just existing, we're not living.
Yeah, we're not living, man. And we're not happy, and we're not supposed to be happy, and I'm happy with that. You get us?
Better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting.
That's right, that's right.
Did you have more one? Or you had one, didn't you?
Earlier you were speaking about how Esau pushes all these wicked agendas which work against us.
Yeah.
So this is Sirach 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
That's a good point, and this is why you got to be cognizant and mindful of who your enemy is, because if you're not cognizant and mindful of who your enemy is, you're actually helping the enemy. Like a lot of these people who don't want to pick a side, they want to play Humpty Dumpty in the society. Well, guess what, man? They're going to end up falling with the enemy, and the enemy's going to drag them down. Because what does the scripture say? Woe be unto them that go down to Egypt and stay on them for help, you know, and trust in horses and chariots, but trust not in the Most High. So basically, there's no middle ground in this truth. Either you're with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, or you're with the world. You can't play the fucking fence like Humpty Dumpty and think, yeah, well, I'm just gonna lay back in the cut, and I'm not so sure if these Israelites are saying the truth, and I kind of want to do certain things in the world, so yeah, I'm just gonna play the middle. Well, guess what, man? You've already lost. Because if you play in the middle, you're supporting the enemy. What did Yahweh say? He that doesn't build it for me, he that doesn't gather with me, scatter it. Roughly paraphrasing. So if you're not in this thing 100%, then you're in the world, man. And you're only deceiving yourself. Fucking coming around acting like you're a holy man, but in the other 6 days of the week you're just fucking about, man. And you think the Lord don't see you? The scriptures say that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Right. But a lot of idiots only think that, oh well, I'm only worried about if this man can see me or that man can see me. No, man. The Most High's got his angels out there and they're recording everything that's going on 24/7, 365. They don't sleep. They don't need no rest, man. It's not like in this society where East's got his CCTV, but he needs to have guys sitting there watching it. No, man, the angels are always watching, man. They're the messengers and they record the reports.
Them guys that do shit like that, they don't actually believe. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, no fear of the Lord.
Exactly, not exactly. They don't fear the Lord. That's why they're doing it in the first place. They don't believe. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what I have to say on that one.
There's not a lot of there's no, in this land, there's not a lot of fear of the Lord because they don't know the Lord. Because, what's it, I think it's in Isaiah where it says, there'll be gross darkness to people. Yeah, man. And this place is in absolute gross darkness because what they've done, they've basically said that God is not a man or a woman, he's gender neutral, all this kind of madness. The Church of England did that, which is blasphemy, man.
Oh yeah?
Total absolute wickedness, man.
Yeah, I've heard about that. But you've also got a lot of celebrities pushing that vibration as well. Like, what's that girl, Ariana Grande? She put out that song, God is a Woman, man. That's blasphemous song, man. Yeah, she's a demon anyway. Yeah. But she drops songs like that and idiots will sit there listening to it. I refuse to play that shit, man.
Precepts.
She's gonna get absolutely
Well, she's off the roll.
smithereen for that one.
Yeah.
She's off the roll.
She's Issachar, isn't it?
I believe so. This is Jake. But
She Jake.
Yeah, I think she's Mexican.
I don't know exactly. She ain't no Edomite. Girl can sing, but the point of the matter is she's a demon. Even apparently was it one of her concerts a couple of years ago? Someone supposedly blew up and bombing it.
Oh yeah.
But she was saying before that she hated her fans and she wished they would die. She said that. Yep.
She hated her fans.
Before that bomb went off, like the alleged terrorist attack, she was reported as saying that she hates her fans and wish they would die. But then that terrorist, that false flag thing happens, and all of a sudden she's the nation's little sweetheart. Then she brings out the song "God Is a Woman." She's a fucking demon, man. I don't want to talk about her because she's not important, but just these celebrities, man. They're pushing agendas, man. Yeah. See, this is the thing, like, the devil makes work for idle hands, as it's saying in the world. This all goes back to what I'm saying. If you're not about this truth, then you're supporting the enemy.
Yeah, appreciate it, yeah.
There's no middle ground. Go on,
chapters 2, Ephesians chapters 2 and 2 says, wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Yeah, because they're full of that rebellious spirit. And like you said about if you're in this truth, you're either about it or you're not about it. You can't play the fence, man. You can't play both sides. So if you're going to be a children of disobedience, it goes on. 3 says, among whom also we all had our conversations in times past in the lust of the flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, whereby nature, the children of wrath, even as others. Carry on reading 5. Even when we were dead in our sins, have quickened, even when we were dead in our sins, have quickened us together with Yahushua and Mashiach. By grace ye are saved. Last one. And he hath raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahushua and Mashiach. That is in the... Yeah, that's all I want to bring out.
Yeah, just speak on it.
Yeah, just because the lust of the air, the spirit of disobedience is like the spirit of rebellion. What's that? The Crowley, what's his name? That guy?
Alistair Crowley.
Alistair Crowley. It's
Beast
just
666.
going in your spirit, going in the lust of the flesh, going come what may. Do as thou wilt. So that means you can do anything you want. First thing that comes to mind, without any consequences or not thinking of the consequences. That's why all the things that you mentioned, in you know, what they do, the shootings and all the kind of the niggardism. And now when you come into this truth, it talks about being quickened, man. So you put those things off of you. Whereas if you don't put those things off of you, the elders, we had the central camp elders going into it, man. You get put out straight away, man, immediately. Because what they say, a little leaven lifts the whole lump. So that's why the Most High makes example. The Most High's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He's watching you. So if you've got a fear of the Lord, that's why a lot of people do. They start to behave wicked. Because you can come in the truth with maybe a bit of fear, and then you grow. That's the whole point of growing in the fear. If you're growing in the Lord, you're supposed to grow in fear. But some people, they come in the truth and they start to get more and more wicked because they don't grow in the fear of the Lord.
That's a good point. And I'll tell you this, right? There's people who love doing wickedness. See, to us, wickedness is abhorrent. But to the vast majority of the people in the world, they actually enjoy it. And to do righteousness is abhorrent to them. So they hate us with a passion because they hate righteousness. Whereas we hate them because we hate wickedness. Like a lot of people, they love wickedness and they'll eat the fruit of wickedness, and the ultimate fruit of that will be death. The death that will come when Yahushua comes to reward them accordingly.
Yeah. Psalms 36:1, it says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil.
Yep, that's going back basically what you just said. That's a good point, man. Could someone please get me Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, by Sean? Would you go say something?
No, I'm just saying that chapter's heavy, man.
Okay. Yeah, but where am I going with this? My thoughts are racing a bit. Bear me a second.
Beautiful.
Yeah, basically it's Wisdom of Solomon 2 will say what I want to say. So if someone gets that,
Specific verse?
from the yeah, we're going to read the whole chapter.
You got it already?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right, so this will give you an insight into the mindset of the people of this world. Go ahead.
For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Right, so they don't understand this word, this truth. Because if they did, they'd understand that someone did indeed return from the grave, Yahushua. And even when he died, what did it say? Certain of the saints that were dead rose up. So they ain't got the faith to believe in this. Carry on.
Verse 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
See, so they have got no faith in the word of the Lord, because if they did, they'd know that reincarnation is biblical. See, this is the thing, man. Tupac was a nigger, but he said something quite wise once. My only fear of death is being reincarnated.
one of his songs. The only fear of death is coming back reincarnated. And that's how we should feel, because the shit we do today, the Most High might not bring judgment for it today or tomorrow or next Wednesday or even in this lifetime or even in the next lifetime. Might be 3-4 lifetimes you've gone through, then the Most High brings the judgment back to your ass, man. Look at Yahweh Shai. Like, he was Adam, right? He came back as Isaac, but in that time, what punishment did he suffer? Okay, he went blind when he got old, but other than that, he kind of died in peacefully. He came back as Solomon. Again, done some off shit there. Did he pay for what he done as Adam then? No. Came back many, many generations later as Yahweh Shai, and look at the horrific death he had to suffer. So, my point is that if you're smart, you'll know that, look man, there is a Most High who judges everything, and he's angry with the wicked every day, and judgment goes forth. So therefore, if I do this wrong today, the Most High might not fuck me up now, might not fuck me up next Wednesday, but he's eventually going to pay me back. So that's something that knowing that keeps you in order, man. Carry on, Baba Kashar. But the wicked don't, the ungodly don't meditate on things like that. They think, oh well, you know, they do the dirt, they forget about the sin, and continue as if nothing ever happened. Yeah, carry on.
Can I just bring out one quick precept to back up the point you just made? This is Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
There you go. Yep. And another one that backs that up is because sentence against an evil work is not carried out speedily, therefore the hearts of them is fully set them to do evil. And that's the nature of these motherfuckers out here, man. Yeah. I say it that way because I don't like these people like that.
Even when it comes upon them, they're blaming Satan.
Yeah.
Even when they catches up with them, they're blaming Satan. It's the Most High, man.
Yeah, it's the Most High who rules and heals, man. Satan's just the he works for the Most High.
He's a tool.
Yeah, he works for the Most High, so he doesn't do it because he wants to. He does what he's ordered to do. But yeah, carry on in Wisdom of Solomon 2, Baba Kashar.
So this is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
Yeah, that's the wicked reasoning, the ungodly reasoning within himself, but not right.
Yep.
You know, and that goes back to Proverbs 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. But the ungodly don't do that, and that's their foolish thinking. Carry on in how they're going to talk bullshit. Yeah.
Verse 6. Come on therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of voluptuousness.
Yep, so that's a carnal-minded mindset. Absolutely carnal, not spiritual mindset. There's no thought of a creator. There's no thought of consequences. It's just do as thou will. Yeah, let us use these things for our own pleasure. No matter what the scriptures say or no matter what the natural order is supposed to be, we'll have fun and then we'll die and our lives will be over. See, that's the kind of mentality and mindset they try to put on you when you're a child in the public school system, man. Oh yeah, well, you know, you can be what you want in life and, you know, just do what you got to do, get your grades, you know, get to college, get a good job. It's like all this fucking folly, man. None of that matters, man. None of that matters, man.
And I noticed too, when I was
fucking busting your ass trying to make up a good CV and shit. CV ain't gonna get you in a chariot. Carry on.
God. It says, carrying on in verse 9, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the aged.
And that's exactly the generation that we have right now. You know, because people have waxed worse and worse, and Jake has waxed worse and worse. The state that Jake is in right now, 30 years ago, they didn't look this bad. You know, Jake is completely through and through. You know, there's no healing them, because what do the scriptures say? The whole head is sick.
Yep.
But like, just looking at my own family and the generations, man. When my grandparents and my aunties and everything like that, when they came over here, a lot of them they were coming as families, like husband, wives, couple children. They come over, they do their little job and they work. But what's happened is the next generation, they're completely fucked up, man. Hardly any of them are together anymore. The wives are separated from the husbands. You've got the women raising the children. Everything's all fucked up, and you know what that allows? That allows the enemy to come in and then take control of your children, and they start bugging them out even more. That's why you've got the generation of little niggas running around trying to shank each other. They weren't trying to do that 25 years ago, 35 years ago. This is a product of this generation. And there's a rap song that comes to my mind, because my brother was into gangster rap when I was younger, so I used to hear a lot of these songs. One of the songs, the lyrics was, we're never giving a shit because we're living in it.
Oh, I know what that is.
Onyx.
It's called Last Days.
Yep, that's a good song.
It's a good song.
Yeah, from All We Got Is Us. That's the album. They're never giving a shit because they're living in it, right? And Jake will rap about that, but young Jake will hear that and they become impressionable under these words. Because what happens when you repeat words?
Yeah.
What happens when you repeat words? It's like a spell.
Yeah.
Like a kind of hypnosis. So when Jake's listening to this shit and they're thinking, yeah, my life's shit and I'm never giving a shit because I'm living in it, they start to develop that well, I got to do me mentality, man. I've got to get what I got to get, and I'll destroy any man who tries to take what I got. You know, and what does that do? It builds up the individualistic mindset, and that further ties into the curse of a man's eye being evil unto his brother. So a lot of Jake, man, it's sad. It's like
So like, I was happy to say, because you could take that song and you could look at it from two sides. So you could see it as a lesson. You could see it as a lesson, or you could take it the negative side and just act as if you're supposed to copy what they're saying in the song.
That's right.
that's a good point.
That's very true.
Because when you listen to the song, they're showing you, and it's called Last Days for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about, you know, the devil trying to enslave us and all this stuff. So they're going in.
Yeah,
They're going in.
it's good.
They're going in. But you know, Jake's these days. See, back in them days, you could listen to that and you could understand where they were coming from, the deeper meaning. Yeah. But now that these niggas are so gone that
Got no
everything's negative and you just got to go with the negative side and not really try. I mean, I remember when I was growing up listening to that sort of music, listening to rap music. There's a lot of guys out there that wasn't on that. They were trying to show you the other side of life, not the shit side of life, not the side of. I remember that, man. You know, they used to call them conscious rappers, man.
Yeah.
And then the fucking demons come into the industry and they start buying up fucking prisons.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got this this pipeline towards the fucking prisons through the fucking music industry. And everything's now fucking bitches and killing niggas and doing this, that, and the other. It's just all bullshit. Now you name me another genre of music or another nation that has to listen to shit like that.
No, they don't. See, that's because the small hats run the industry. They came in, I mean, you could even see it. What's that film called? Straight Outta Compton. You could see how it happened. Was it Jerry Heller?
Yeah.
Came in, and he financed was it Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Dr. Gay, you should call him. MC Man, Ice Cube. They formed that group Niggas with Attitude. And I remember when that song, they first came out in 1992. Fuck the police, fuck. And my brother was banging that album out, and you know, I'm looking at him thinking, what are you doing, man? Yeah. Straight Outta Compton. Anyway, but you know, and even that whole look, you know, the flipping shades, Jerry Cole, or the black t-shirts. Apostle Kabar says this all the time. You know, usually guys who wear all black. What do you usually associate with?
Witchcraft.
Exactly.
Witches.
I even saw it on the train coming to camp today. I was sitting there, and it's typical, man. All the space on the train, and two fucking demons come and sit in front of me, and they were goths, right? There were two Edomite goths, there were two men.
Yeah.
They both sat in front of me, and one of them had his fingernails painted like the colours of Smarties, them fucking stupid sweets. Kick the ball. Yeah, one of his fingernails painted the colours of Smarties, right? And the other one had his fingernails painted all black, and they were hugging each other, and one of them took mints out, and they were all over each other. They're sitting in front of me. I'm thinking, you fucking piece of shit, man. All the place on the train to sit, you want to sit in front of me? But thankfully, I only had one stop to go. But my point is that they were dressed in all black.
Yeah.
And they had that gothic look.
Yeah.
Now, Esau was able to get Edomites with that shit. That you know, that what do they call that? The heavy metal, the rock music, the you know, all that shit.
You said the Gothic.
Yeah, the Gothic thing, that appeals to Edomites.
Yeah.
That don't really appeal to Jake, because that's not how our spirits are. So what they had to do is come with a different form of packaging for the same agenda. That different form of packaging was in the form of gangster rap.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say something? Because I remember a song, because we're talking about this now. I remember a song, what's it? The first of the month. Who's it?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone Thugs.
The name alone tells you there's witchcraft in there. You're talking about the bones and all that. But I remember that video. That video, they're sitting there, and if you look at that video, there's I think there's a Ouija board in it.
Is there?
And all skulls and bones everywhere and all that shit. Yeah. When I peeped that when I was young, I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice it, yeah.
But you see, when you come with the spiritual eyes and you see everything.
Yeah. They got a song, Meet Me at the Crossroads.
Yeah.
It's the crossroads, yeah.
You know what the crossroads is, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw that video. I wasn't very.
Break it down.
What's the word? Yeah, you break it down.
Well, the crossroads. You know, there's a jazz guy. I can't remember his name now.
Black guy, innit?
John something.
Can't remember,
something.
yeah.
Something Jackson or something like that.
Yeah.
And the story is that he was a shit musician. Totally, he was just
Oh,
garbage.
he sold his soul, didn't
And
he?
he sold his soul. So the crossroads represents that point where you decide whether you're going to sell yourself to Satan, sell your soul to Satan. So basically, the story goes that he sold his soul to Satan. The next thing he comes back
And he can
after a
play,
while,
yeah.
and he's playing like he's got demons on him and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's making records. He's making, and he's revered as like one of the best guys to ever do it.
Yeah.
But but that goes back to him selling himself.
Yeah, just
that power on the left hand side.
just to say quickly that when you mentioned that all dressed in black, I remember Apostle Paul said years ago. Elder Apostle Rakar said, because you know ISUPK, that's the uniform. He said, and you got schools that they do that, and he said it to brothers in GMS, don't wear all black.
Yeah.
And he made it specific, like to say, well, mainly when you come to camp, obviously brothers may going to be wearing different bits of black and all that, but as a uniform, when you come to camp, don't wear all black, and don't wear those bullet shades, and don't wear those bulletproof vests.
And the star as well.
Shades as well. I remember that.
So like remember they used to have that star, which they said that was the Star of David, but it's the I can't remember. I think it's the Star of Rimfram. I think it is. It's like a it's a pentagon basically. So so he said, listen, don't put that on your uniform as well, because everything has a
Energy, a vibration.
Yeah, energy and a vibration.
Yeah.
And that music, I did a video on that the other day, the weaponization of music against our people, man.
I've got a quick select here.
Sorry, go on.
No, you
Go on.
finish.
And that music, if you look at the reggae music, it was about burn Babylon down. There's no water to put out the fire, let it burn.
Oh yeah, I remember that song.
Let it burn.
Yeah.
Talking about Babylon, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, why did they kill Bob Marley? They killed him because he was. A lot of his songs were about that type of thing,
Yeah.
and they knew that music is powerful.
Has
it
an
can wake
energy.
people up.
Yeah, there
So
you
that's
go.
why they killed Bob
Yeah,
Marley.
it was Amalek that just went out their way to kill him. Yeah, Amalek. It was Amalek.
Oh well, he sold out to them anyway, man. It's quick piece there anyway, because all of that music has made our people degenerate, man.
It's made the whole head sick.
The whole head sick, and when it's just the whole head sick, the head is mainly Judah, man. And Judah is one of the most. I'm a Judite, man. They're some of the most wickedest Israelites, man. Go and look up the Sierra Leone War, man. They were doing voodoo, juju, and chopping babies' hands off, man. All right, this is Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I planted a noble vine, holy and upright. All right, upright, man. All right, how art thou have turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? And that's the reason why they got their pants hanging off their ass.
Yeah.
With their boxer shorts showing.
It's lucky, which is a shame.
You know.
That's a complete shame, because if you remember, there's an account in the scripture where David sent some men to comfort the king of Ammon after his father died, because David knew his father. But this Ammonite had some shitheads talking in his ear, saying, "Oh, do you think David's really sent them men to mourn console you over your father?" He sent them as spies. So he got gassed off that bullshit. He's like, "You know what, man? When they come up in, I'm going to humiliate them." So what did he do? He shaved off half their beards and cut off their garments at the buttocks and sent them back to David. David heard word of it and he says, no, don't come back to Jerusalem until your beards are regrown. So for them to have their garments cut off at their buttocks, that proves that wearing t-shirts with fringes ain't right. Because where the t-shirts stop at your waist, it's supposed to be covered, right?
Garments going down to the foot, man.
So that whole pants sagging thing, that should be a disgrace. And that shows you how far Israel has fallen, because back in the ancient world, that would not be tolerated, man. You know, where you going outside, like, the parents should be like, where you going with your pants sagging, you know?
Look how once again, we're the only nation that's fucking doing that shit.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous, man. Even see when it's the scriptures talk about Jake being a form of all things, right? And most of these nations love to copy us, but they ain't copying that shit. They know better than to copy that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Slappy, did you finish your precept?
Yeah, I think
You had one as well.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus 19:29 says, "A man may be known by his look,
That's right.
and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him." So yeah, you can judge people on the way that they understand. If you see I'm on the tube today, and some fucking Edomite sitting next to me, and for some reason I keep seeing his eyes glance towards my direction. Anyway, he must think I'm looking at his phone or some shit like that. Because I'm just always looking around. There's so many people. I'm just trying not to look in people's faces. Like that. He gets up and he's got this, them bags that women used to carry, them tote bags now. Now these fucking men are walking around with them bags.
Yeah. It's very feminine.
it's because it's because of those black coconuts.
Rappers.
Started doing it, man. You know, like what's that guy? The guy that used to be in he's had that group Nerds or whatever?
Pharrell Williams.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams. Yeah,
that
man.
guy's
the man purses and stuff like that, man.
I saw a nigga he was dressed like a roadman, but he had a fucking. I said to my daughter this, he had a purse, man.
Oh yeah.
He had a fucking purse.
Not these. Called drip.
No, it was a purse. Man.
The square one.
It was a purse,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a purse. Yeah, so we can judge people based on how they look.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know,
There's nothing wrong with
that
that.
was a purse.
For example, like the tribe of Gad, when the devil went over there, they had long hair, man. They had long hair going down to the arse. This is
That's a shame for a man.
That's it. 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Doeth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him.
That's right.
So that's a shameful thing. And these guys are heavily into hip hop, because these rappers have got these locks and it's going up.
Or like, what's that, Future?
I don't even know who that guy. I don't even
Alright,
know.
or Busta Rhymes back in the
Yeah, Busta Rhymes and all this stuff. And Amalek tells them to wear this stuff.
Yep.
He tells them to wear this stuff. The guy, Scarface, the rapper, he said that the whole industry is run by Amalek and white men, and they make us look stupid.
Yep.
And he's saying that because, you know what? He gave into that, that's why. So he knows what he's talking about.
You know what his
Who
bad
said that?
Scarface, remember the rapper? Yeah.
Listen, when I was listening to a lot of that, Scarface was one of the guys, man. He just come, it was in that time they were coming manly. Now they're all walking around. They're all looking with these coloured dreads. They're all skinny. They're all wearing tight jeans, fucking painted fingernails and all this other bullshit.
Let me say something funny, right? Snoop Dogg as well, he's another one of them, right? When he first came out, he was all acting like the bad man, what's his first song? What's My Name?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, Dog Pound.
Yeah, he's coming out like that, and he even done a video himself showing that he sold out. What was that video he did? Murder Was the Case.
Murder Was the Case, yeah.
Where he was sitting there and the devil comes up in the hospital room and he sells his soul to the devil. So it's basically showing you he sold out. Now when he first came out, he was like, gangster rap and shit. Then when he came, what was it, his second album, he started wearing his hair all permed and shit, the Dog Father. Then, now he starts, he looking all fruity and shit, man. But a couple years back, he was trying to come out like the bad man. It's all an act, man. They're all playing the part that they're given to play. You had something to say.
Confusion. Yeah.
You had something to say.
Oh, I just forgot. It's lucky.
Okay, if it comes back later.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of them sold out. And it's like even what we were just talking about that group Onyx. On that same album, All We Got Is Us. See, it's a double-edged sword because they're talking about it on one hand like this is the negative thing, but then there's another track called Purse Snatchers, where they're talking about they're gonna snatch this guy's purse or jack this guy up, and it's like the scriptures do say let your yea be yea and your nay be nay.
Do you know what? Can I just say this? It's almost like when I've listened to a lot of these guys, I feel as though there's like some sort of, it's like there's an internal battle that
They want to tell the truth.
they want to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But these fucking guys that are
At the
above
top row,
them,
let them,
they say they have to try and squeeze something in there.
Yeah.
Because, otherwise you're going to completely sell yourself, man.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? You have to, there's going to always be, and we're Jakes, man. We're always going to retain that. We're always going to retain
Yeah, sense of righteousness.
that sense of righteousness, as small as it might be. I've just got a quick one, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew 16 and 26, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And what exactly are they giving? What are they getting in return?
Well, the love of the world. You read it before in James 4:4. The love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For all that is in the world is of the world, is not the Heavenly Father. Those guys sell their souls for their time to shine on this side, and some of them even get it. But the thing is, it never lasts, man. Look at how a lot of these celebrities end up. How did Michael Jackson end up? How did Whitney Houston end up?
Yeah, man.
How did Prince end up? And the list goes on and on, there's many others, but those are three big music artists. You'd think they'd have a happy ending, right? Not on this side. It's lucky, even taking it back further, how did John Lennon end up?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He was in the group The Beatles, one of the biggest groups of all time.
Yeah.
How did he end up? He got his ass capped because he was talking shit. He was talking a lot. I mean, he was bringing out a lot of truth, but he was doing it in a way like because he's kind of cool. I believe he's a Jake personally. I believe he's a Jake, but he was talking shit about the Vietnam War and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of people were listening to him. So they made a public example of him by executing him. See, that's how Esau does it. When he kills off these celebrities, man, that's like a warning shot to any other celebrities that don't want us to stay in line. And you know what's funny? I heard something else as well just this week. So the artist Prince Rogers Nelson, the artist known as Prince, he died a couple of years back, and he'd been going at it with Warner Brothers for the longest over the rights to own his own music. Just like George Michael was going at it with, I believe it was Warner Brothers as well back in the day. George Michael's got his ass taken out, Prince got his ass taken out. But the thing about Prince is that one of Prince's most popular albums is called Purple Rain. And on that album, the first song on the album is called Let's Go Crazy. And I remember watching an interview, because I'm into music and stuff. I remember watching an interview once where he was saying the studio didn't want him to release the song with certain lyrics. Because in the song he says, are you gonna let the elevator take you down? Oh no, let's go crazy. You see, they had to change the word from devil to elevator in that song because they wouldn't are you gonna let the devil take you down? They didn't want that song coming out that way, so he changed it to elevator. Right, so that's on his most famous album, Purple Rain. How did he die? They say he had an overdose of fentanyl and was found in an elevator.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's heavy.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
heavy.
yeah.
That's heavy.
So on that album,
yeah.
there's also a hidden track on the album, right?
You're right.
Where if you play it in reverse, he talks about the Lord's coming soon.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's a hidden part on the album. You have to actually play it in reverse to hear it. He's talking about the Lord's coming back soon. Even his song on the previous album, 1999.
99, I was gonna say that one.
He's talking about I can't remember the lyrics, but he's talking about party like it's 1999.
5-0-0, party's over. Oops,
At a time. Yeah, he's really talking about the Lord coming back.
Wow.
Now, Prince was still in the world. I'm not saying he was in the truth stuff, because he'd done a lot of off shit, but my point is that he was murdered by the elites, and they done it so they put him in the elevator. So when they said, oh yeah, he was found dead in an elevator, that's them saying, look, yeah, we took this guy out. So anyone else in the industry, they're like, shit man, I've got to keep in line, I can't do anything like that. Wait me a second, right? But it also goes back further because we know that reincarnation is biblical. And Prince Rogers Nelson was one of the most prolific musicians of all time. There's songs this guy has done that he's got called that he keeps in what was called the vault, that he's never released. This guy would drop an album like just out, right? The apostles said that they believe
I know what you're gonna say.
that he's
Mozart.
Mozart. Did you know that Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was also murdered?
Wow.
He was also poisoned. He was also poisoned.
See,
Right?
all links up.
So there's nothing new under the sun. Comes back in this lifetime as Prince, because the reason why they say Mozart was murdered is because he was disclosing certain secrets about secret societies, right? So he got murdered again in this lifetime. But it just goes to show you that it's like a there's nothing new under the sun. But you're going to say something.
I was going to say, yeah, I believe like, you know, they must, in order to sell your soul in that industry, you must know the truth, right? You can't be selling, exactly. You can't be selling your soul to Satan and to the industry without knowing what you're denying. So, you know, that's why they're constantly having this battle, trying to sneak out the bits of
Crisis
truth.
of conscience.
Yeah,
They have a
here
crisis
and
of
there.
conscience.
I remember there was a guy called Lupe Fiasco,
Oh yeah.
and he was just, you know, just one of them guys, just like rapping because he was like just like
Skateboarder.
rapping. Yeah, nothing
Skateboarder rap.
crazy deep, you know, in the sense of he wasn't talking about killing people and all that, because that's not what he wanted to do.
Oh.
Then when he dropped his first album and all of that went well, and then on the second one they wanted him to start talking about all that wicked shit. And imagine if you were kind of watching it, you'd have thought to yourself, how is he all of a sudden transformed to this, from that to this, and now he's talking about gangsters and, you know what I mean? So it's just heavily on their agenda to destroy us, man.
Well, we've got to wrap this up. I'll just say one thing quickly, right? To show how much things have gone downhill. So I remember in the early 90s when MC Hammer came out, right? And what was MC Hammer talking about? You got to pray just to make it today. All of a sudden, that got swept to the side. Niggas with attitude, straight out of Compton, you know? So you still don't want Jake singing about righteous things, man. He just wants to promote wickedness because that further destroys the people. And all you got to do is take a look around the fucking gremlins running around up and down the neighbourhoods today, and you see that this is the result of it. We've got to close out. Anybody else got on our scripture?
I got one here.
Go ahead.
Exodus 23 verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Beautiful precept. That's right, hit the nail right in the head, you know. Do not follow a multitude to do evil. And the thing is, a lot of young Jake, they only listen to rap music because their peers are listening to it.
Yep.
Like in my case, I had an older brother, I was hearing it through him, and when I go to school, a lot of the Jakes would be talking about rap, and I could talk to them because I'd hear all these songs. But I was never really into it, but I knew who was who, and I knew I could converse about it. But when I got a little bit older, I'm like, yeah, that music's shit, man. I want to hear things with harmonies and good melodies. Like, I don't hear people talking shit about busting gaps and killing people. What's that? It's not edifying. But yeah, so that's that. Gonna do one more?
Yeah, one more. This is 1 Peter 3:11. Let him eschew evil, and the word eschew means to stay away from. All right, like in the book of Job, it said a man
that eschewed evil.
Yeah, a man that escheweth evil. All right, and do good. Let him seek peace and ensure it. So those celebrities, they're double-minded men. They're unstable in all their ways.
Yep.
So let us stay away from evil, seek peace, seek righteousness, and the Lord will ensure that we will make it to the kingdom of heaven, man. Because that's the ultimate prize that we're laboring in this truth for. All right.
That's a good point. And just to close out, you've got to be the ruler of your roost, man. Like, you get to choose. Like, you don't have to have your TV on if it's showing some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to play the radio if it's playing some bullshit, man. Take control of, what does it say, get your house in order, man.
That's right.
But yeah, gonna close out there. So with that, We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Shalom again to the 144,000 elected the nation of Israel, and double honors unto the elders and apostles. And we'll be back next week, Lord's willing. Shalom for now. Wa abba wa kama shalom. Shalom.
Yeah, man.